All right, let's party. Wow, how's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you nerds doing? Let me say hello to everybody. How you doing? How you doing, Moss? Congratulations on your first. How you doing, Turtle Sages? How you doing, Bonnie? How you doing, Nobody? How you doing, Jay? How you doing, Horror Loving? Nice. How you doing, Linguini? How you doing, Matthew? Oh, better stop that. Supremely nice. How you doing, 14 on YouTube land? Howdy, howdy, howdy. And how you doing, Dark Muffin? How you doing, Black Roses? How you doing, Phaedros? How you doing, Shark Ray? And how you doing, Hug Your Dogs? I think I got everyone. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I didn't get to hug any dogs as of lately, but I did get a pet 2 yesterday, which was pretty banging. And also, how you doing, Nintendo? And also, what you call a man with abnormally large boobs and absurdity? I'm okay with that one. I'm okay. That one's pretty fun. That one's pretty fun. Wait, what did I miss? Oh yeah, I missed on the. Oh, it's so when I go on Mondays, I go play Magic at a friend's house, and they recently just got a new dog. The new dog is. I kind of forget this kind of person exists. Have you guys run into this type of individual before? Where also Lunar One, enjoy your lurk. You know, people who just like buy shit and like, you know, buying shit is fine, that's whatever. But like some people would be like, oh, I'm gonna get like Warhammer minis, or I'm gonna get like, I don't know, a cool car. Some people are just like, you know what? I'm gonna get a dog. How you doing, Lana? Welcome. So apparently my friends know this guy. How you doing, D? Welcome. How's it going? I was about to talk about irresponsible dog buyers. And how you doing, Linnea and Terry's? How you doing, D? How you doing, Professor Sapling? How you doing, Zetai? Welcome. Did I get that killer noise on that? Weird. I'll have to see what's up with that. But yeah, how'd your stream go? You were doing, I think you're doing something with the Pathfinder version of Savage Worlds, which is, as a TRPG guy, that still feels bizarre. It feels weird that exists. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that exists. Wait, why are you irresponsible for? The thing I'm talking about is that there's a guy that my friends knew that apparently just like turbo rich dude that would just like buy thoroughbred dogs and just not take care of them, and then other people would have to adopt the dogs. So like on one end, my friend's got like he's a really nice dog, but like he clearly wasn't raised, like not mistreated. I mean, neglected is mistreatment, but like, you know, not like hit. And they are, but it seems like you're treating the dog well. The dog does have a nice home now. Trying to find how to do the minus sign. Hey, what? Nande. But yeah, like, it is weird because like there's every now and then you see like cross. I think for me, like Pathfinder's a competent system, Savage World's a competent system. Like so, like moving between those two is kind of whatever. Like I'm like, yeah, that's cool, that's neat. I'm still baffled that they managed to get Savage Worlds Rifts to exist. That's a game I want to run one of these days, because everything I know about Rifts in like a kind of cultural osmosis sense makes it sound like it's a kind of like butt crazy setting that I would love to do. But also like up until this point, so for people who might not know Rifts, and if you're coming from the D size, you probably know. Oh yeah, that's true. I forget that there's a true minus. I just kind of do. Which one do I do? I do the one that's I think I do like that one. I don't know which that. I think I might just be doing hyphens instead of minuses. It's fine. At least it's fine for my purposes. But there we go. But yeah, it also, ooh, fuck yeah, that's a very, very spicy streak. Hell yeah. But yeah, it's conceptually the idea of having the ludicrously wealthy friend that buys shit's nice. Very, very rare though. Very, very rare. Also, I'm a little less jazzed because these are like the lives of animals at the same time. Like if this guy like just bought like I had a friend of mine in college that would actively get drunk, and he would he would get drunk and he would just go on Amazon. Yeah, I figured I got a hyphen. I fucked up. That's fine. But he would get drunk and go on Amazon and order like full comforter sets. It was the weirdest thing. It's like a quirk that I didn't know existed. Like a type of individual. Like man who gets drunk and buys comforter sets. It's like that's such a specific thing. The girl in Archer. See, for some reason, my brain is so ruined. I was like, I mean, I guess you could buy like a life-size statue of like Revolver Ocelot. I guess you could. Nothing would stop you. Nothing would stop you. I mean, listen, comforter sets are great. You know, I too like to be warm and cozy. That's why I'm blasting the heat on this cold winter eve. But like he would just put him in his closet. Just one day, I was helping him move out of college, and he's like, help me move all these. I was like, yeah, okay, I got you, buddy. And then like we just kept removing, and I was like, how many of these you could fucking have? How many people are drunk? I'm sure there's got to be like a decent amount. I rarely enter like the only time. Let's see, Alexa. No, this is prior to Alexa being a thing. He was manually buying comforters drunk. Like, I'm pretty sure Alexa has to have, like, safeguards to stop people from, like, buying shit or, like, when they just, like, walk by someone. He had, like, four or five. And, like, he didn't even use them. Like, he used, like, the same shit he had all of college. I guess he would just get so drunk that they would just, like, eventually just, like, oh, okay. And just, like, put them in his closet. And just, like, they would just show up later in his life. I need to, like, well, I need to sound this paint thing. Hold on. Oh yeah, I should show you notes what I'm actually painting. For people who might not know me, I'm a Habernot the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurglescape variety. And I'm painting a Witchburner General for Trench Crusade. Mine is very special because one, I did a funky little conversion on him, which is a big deal of fun. But also, this guy is from the original Kickstarter for Trench Crusade. Not the big successful one. I mean, just the one that was in from was successful, mind you. But it was like normal Kickstarter successful, not like multiple $1 million successful. I'm trying to get like a little bit of paint out of this, and I don't think anything's coming out of here. What else? How do I paint rats? Centipeds. Mini pro tip: get you metal toothpicks. It sounds dumb as shit. Metal toothpicks are life. Metal toothpicks are love. But yeah, the only hobby that I do is I get drunk sometimes and I'll make characters in games because that's fun. Like D, have you? Oh fuck, we got ad break. I'll wait for the ad break. To ask D because I'm sure she might do that. I guess I'm not using this color anymore. I guess I'll use a little bit of like a brown. I guess. Time to help is. Hey, let's go. I do like being pallid as one does. As one does. Take a sip, but yeah. And this guy also, technically. Oh, Lotta. So I have not read that yet, but I think what happened is you told me that Sunday, and I was like, huh, I'm gonna do it. Bucks because I believe my court. Ooh. Hey, let's go. Court's really fun. I play court as like technically one of my main armies. I have a lust court because there is nothing that is pure joy. Not like there's definitely a pure joy of offloading like 3 blood mark because like no, I do a little wheelie cleric. You can't get this guy. There is a like official STL for him. This is the original CO cast one from the old Kickstarter. You can tell because my guy's head is gonna be fucked. CO cast fucking sucks. It's a bad material. For years, people who were into Infinity were like, God, I hope they don't switch off they keep switching their medals to CO cast, and I hate them. And I was like, what are you talking about? Metal's a pain in the dick. Metal's a pain in the dick material. And I'm like, no, I see the light. Metal is still a pain in the dick, but at least metal can file properly. If you want to do anything with CO cast, you got to use a knife. And even then, like, you know, can be a little risky. But yeah, I opened last Sunday's Trench Crusade game I took my court. I took the effect that gave one of my wretches 3 blood markers to start the game with. And then I spent my very first turn transferring 2 blood markers over and then hurling a fireball. It was big spicy. It is incredibly great. Yeah, he's got like the head's got some scuff. I know some people do FDM minis. I've not. I'm still technically getting my 3D printer fixed up for resin and FDM. I'm currently right now entirely printerless, which I'm realizing I've used a 3D printer for so long that makes me feel like weird. Like I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like this feeling. It sucks. Okay. Oh, God, yeah, I know you're trying to do a pun, but that one's baffling and confusing. That one's strange. So like, getting drunk and sewing bags, like making. I've painted one mini drunk, and that was an Orc Commando. That Orc Commando has since been rendered for parts into a Chaos Spawn, so I cannot show you what he looks like anymore. But he does exist. He did exist. I guess he still exists in like well blended chunks. Yeah, like I like the pimp cane. Don't get me wrong, the cane sword's really good, and I still have that saved. But I was like, I feel weird using bone stock minis. I'm like, well, and I also just had the scroll on my desk. Oh, sometimes kit bashes will happen because I just have shit nearby. CEO cat. Otter Lakes. All acting like this in front of guests. That's fine. Hey, why's my Pete thing so bubbly? Is there like a chunk of something there? No, be good. We Gucci. Small worm on a string crossbody back. Hey, let's go. That sounds like a fun series of things to make. But you know, I've only gotten drunk and put minis together once, and it was weird. I'm it's like one of those things, like I'm willing to give it a shot again. But who knows? Yeah, the scroll, ironically, the scroll is a Skaven scroll. So today when you guys like, Hal, it's been a while since you painted rats, I painted like a hand of one. So that's cool. That's fine. Fine. No, don't encourage them. Oh God, no! I'm gonna write guilty on there. I'm not gonna. I do think I want to do maybe a Shakespeare Hemingway marathon stream, but like not today. No. How you doing, Saucy Ruffian? I've been doing pretty good. Today was very work out of 10. Like nothing particularly buck wild. So today has been. I'll take an uneventful day at the guild. I will easily take that. I'm currently painting this lad. I also got some other lads to work on too. So, because I know this guy's going to take forever to dry in bits and pieces, which is why I'm like, got some backup stuff. What did I got for that? Oh yeah, I know who I got. I got, this guy. This guy is the biologist sample collector or whatever. You can buy him now. Originally, he only came in the, what was it called? He originally only came in a Kickstarter, not for Trench Crusade, but for 28 Magazine, which is a magazine I enjoy very much. It's a web magazine, but it's a bunch of like cool, like indie artsy mini painters, and I love that shit. I did find out that apparently they take submissions, which I need to do one of these days. I do need to do that. Green Dap. Hey, let's go. That's always fun when something screws up in a way that's not your fault. You're like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm just gonna... My job is rendered useless because it's really, really specifically needs the internet. So without that, I guess I'm just gonna, like, big chill. You got some of the puns. Oh god, you just got, like, the book of, like, forbidden puns. All the ones that didn't test well, you just put them back in there. This guy does not have a base, though. I did not remember what base size he was on because this guy got made before the mini, like before the rules came out. So I don't know actually how big he is. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, there's a big Cloudflare thing, I think. I remember seeing that because people are like, Twitter's dead. You know the way people do when Twitter dies? I hate Twitter. It's filled with hate. And then, Twitter dies and I'm like, I need the hate. When I wake up every morning, I just look into the mirror and go, I need the hates. I just do that, manage to live a pretty successful life. Oh god. How you doing, the legendary super lesbian? No, I forbid it. You will live and have whimsy and joy in your life. You cannot be a super lesbian and crave death. Super lesbians got to be powerful, you know, or else you're just regular lesbian. And then what will you do? AO3 was down. I mean, there's gotta be like some people. I guess there's gotta be some people who read fanfics at work. I don't know. I know those can get pretty spicy. I wish it was dead. Sorry, my bad. I totally misread that. Oh, my bad. Listen, I'm used to a lot of people just saying like, I do not wish to be alive. My bad. Yeah, wishing Twitter to be dead. No, that's totally fair. My bad. Hey, I said something positive though. I still wanted everybody to live and be happy, you know? I feel like the lesson and the sentiment is there even if I cannot read. Imagine person that likes to collect TRPGs and no ability to read. Imagine that the weirdness of that person. Imagine how strange they are. I swear I can read. I'm just multitasking like a motherfucker. No, I can reasonably read. What was the last thing I actually read though? I was reading more my Soul Exchange Diary. I basically need to finish off this volume of my Soul Exchange Diary before I can move on to before I can move on to Genshiken. I need to read Genshiken because I was gifted it. I do want to read it. She's at the part where it's like, it's such a, I forgot how much of like a kick in the balls this part was, where it's like, for context, people don't know, she was the lady that wrote like my lesbian experience with loneliness. She continued to write, she didn't just write one thing. And at this one, it's like, you know, I'm doing like, she's like doing exchange diary just so she has like more personal stories to write about and stuff like that. But it's like her moving out and trying to like, she's so desperately trying to get the acceptance of her parents. And her parents are like the most like, they're that kind of like really stern parent that is just like they're never happy for you. They're not like physically abusive. They're just kind of will just like forever be disappointed in you no matter what, but then hold it on to it quietly. Where it's like straight up, there's like a really sad part where it's like her parents find out. And she just like, you know, at this point, she's like a reasonably like, she's not rich by any means, but she is, I guess, she is Japanese, so yes, Asian parents, true. Maybe that's a common thing, I don't know. But like, she just so wants the approval of her mother, and her mother just doesn't give a fuck. And she's realizing like, I can only be happy. She could only be happy if like she can break away from her mother, but she's been so desperately waiting for validation from her mother for years that it's like eating her shit up. Sell it white by the spot I have. Hey, let's go. Nice. Yeah, well, I actually argue it's not even like a you could have done better type. It's more like, imagine like, so like, I don't know. What's the best way to say this? I'm trying to think of like a good. It's less that you could have done better and more like, they're disappointed that you're not living like a traditionally normal life. And like, in addition to that, you straight up, you could be like, hey, I'm a successful like artist. I'm doing good. I'm getting my own apartment, or even like happy things. Like, you know, it's understandable that some parents might not want your like child to like draw manga for a living. And this is before they even knew about like the lesbian, prostitute thing. But like, she's like trying to get her own house, and they're like, why even bother with that? Why are you even bothering with such things? Like, why are you doing this? You're making your mother upset. Like that kind of thing where it's like, oh God, it's a very quiet kind of grinding. And it's like, oh God, they just like, there's a reason their daughters are like a neurotic wreck because of this shit. Also, there are little nubbins in there. I forgot. That's fine. Hey, yeah, I kind of think about that sometimes too. Not I was kind of lucky that like my adopted family is kind of a family of like weirdos and fuck ups. For branches that are like otherwise successful. Well, actually, I don't know. My adopted mother's side is all kind of just a bunch of just like, kind of white trashy, kind of like not the worst, but like, you know, very, very country people, but not in like a fun, flattering way, but like, definitely my adopted father's family. He was definitely the black sheep, like for sure. So it's like, okay, I'm, no matter, like, even, like, the joke about the, like, they tried so hard, but they raised a VTuber. Like, honestly, that by being a VTuber is already, like, for standards of doing alright in life, pretty good compared to, like, what I, like, that the bar was never set particularly high. So even if I decide to take a weird path around the bar, I'm still clearing that fucking bar. Which is nice. Another faithful mercenary. That's what. Yeah, it's kind of weird because like I know when I put together my court lists, it's like, okay, I mean, I understand court guys like you'd want the Sin Eater for like pickup games, but it's like, but like if I don't want that, what do I do? And they're like, no. And I understand the idea. It's like, well, they're hell. They don't like really like do mercenary work. I feel like a mercenary hell guy that's just like, yeah, no, I'm in it for the money. I guess they did that with the Scripture Guard. It's just like, this is a generic mercenary for everyone. But it's so expensive. Like, it's like a good, like, capstone mini, but, like, it really doesn't work for, like, anything else. How you doing, Oni? How you doing? Welcome. Right. I'm, you know, Witchburner. He looks a little different than he usually does on the art. No, it's a different model. I'm doing that thing where I alternate models, so that way things dry easier. What do I want to do for the wood? What do I want to do for the wood? I need the wood to be a little... You just straight bootstrap brown with that. Also, Scat Rascal, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Painting Night Lancer. Hey, let's go. Hell yeah. Also, how you doing, Scat Rascal? Good old. Hey, that's the thing. Do I actually have him a mahogany color? I don't. All my browns are like, yeah, this is like charred bone brown or saddlebag brown. I very rarely have a color that's like, what color is this? Mahogany, yellow. Like the Pro Acro ones are the closest I get where it's like, what's this golden yellow? Wow, a color. But even then I got like dark hot pink, which is a good color, but like I feel like if you describe it to someone, they are going to slap you. How you doing? How you doing, Minino? Welcome. Like if you go up to a stranger, be like, I've been really into that what was it? That dark hard pink lately. They're gonna be like, oh god, that's a pervert. A pervert approached me. Raw. Yeah, I'm so used to burnt sienna that I kind of forget that like raw sienna is a color. Yeah. Citadel has normal name. Well, the thing is, like, at this point, I've actually almost entirely removed myself from Citadel paints. Actually, I have. I use all Vallejo, Army Painter, even though it keeps reactivating on me, which makes me sad, and it's some Pro Acro stuff. But yeah, I don't use G-Dubs paints anymore. That's how you doing, Charlie? How you doing? Yeah. Someday we will finally invent like medium rare sienna, and it will be the most powerful color of all time. Basically brown yellow does kind of sound nice. I have like 2 pinks and I have like 30 browns. I love brown for painting. It's such a versatile color. You could use it for basically whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially like the I remember when I visited my friends in Chicago. They got those like really like I guess New York has them too. I think. Where it's like, this is gonna make me sound real stupid, but like the big city art store, like I live in an area where like, do you want to go to like an art store? It's Michael's. You're going to Michael's, and Michael's is a fine establishment. I buy shit from Michael's all the time. I recently got 8 foam balls from Michael's for a project. Good store, but like you're not getting like the real cool like artiste supplies there. You're not really getting that shit. But yeah, like the bougie art stores where like I can order nicer brushes online, but like getting a nice brush in person where you're like, ooh, I gotta pick you out from the shelf. I'm taking you home. That's nice. But not chaos stores. You got what else you got kicking around? Hey, let's go. Things be looking up for Scotland. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dude, yeah. I'm just like, what you got, Michael? He's like, I got a tire. Like, that's not art supplies. He's like, well, do you want it? I'm like, yeah. No, that's fair. Because I did do the thing where like I rebottled the couple of Citadels I still use. It's one of those things that people are like, is this worth it or not? Kinda. Like, so I did like this for like, I got like Steel Legion Drab, which I still like. Pros to Steel, like, it's like, you do lose like a little bit of paint, but in my experience, you don't lose, like, compared to the paint that you would be losing for it drying up. Like, I don't think I've ever used a Citadel paint to exhaustion. Like, I don't think I've ever just been like, aha, fresh bottle of Citadel paint, and whoops, uh-oh, I got no more Citadel paint anymore. Like, that's never really happened to me ever. It's always just been like, how you doing, Robert? Ahoy, ahoy. It's always straight up been like, okay, here's my Citadel paint pot. Oh no, I used half of it, it dried up, fuck. Which is why I stopped using them. Stick Blake. Is that like don't they also got, are those like the nice pins from them? Yeah, oh, especially metal. The metal would always seem to dry the most. Yeah, niche stores do sound nice. I will say once again though, like, I can't really complain too much. I live in a very weird area where I have surprising access to like LGS kind of stores, which are great for me, but the idea of just going into like really niche big city stores sounds nice. I so rarely go to large cities. It's one of those things that I used to fight against. So I'm like, no, I guess to some degree I will always be a bit of a bumpkin. Oh god, I think I actually had a pot or two of liquid green stuff and it had similar issues. Now I just use Tamiya putty and a little bit of that like use Tamiya extra thin cement to thin it out and it works perfect. Yeah, I see that too. Like, I understand that there is a cope of like, no, they're nice for beginners. So if you don't know better, you could just go directly into the pot and you don't need anything else. But I'm like, you lie. These are there's definitely some engineer that figured out like the perfect ratio between like paint being in a pot that people can use and paint drying out of the pot, so people would need to buy more. I am full, like, I will wear all the tinfoil in the world because I could totally see G-dubs doing that kind of shit. Though it's also easier for G-dubs just to think of as just like a type of incompetence, because I think at the end of the day, a lot of G-dubs decisions are incompetence. There's definitely like some like business stuff behind their ideas though. Oh yeah, I used the Tamiya extra thin for that. I mean, I used the Tamiya putty for that, but it's basically the same idea. It's just like one of those tubes that will always have like way more than you could ever expect. It always feels like there's a bunch in those tubes, and it's great. Fantastic. I try to do like, usually it's really weird. They usually paint the Witchburner almost all one color, where it's like all red, but the red on the metal is chipped. I'm probably gonna do like a darker cloak and gloves. And then I'll probably just do regular red inside of here. I think that'll be the way to go. Oh, London, yeah. I think it'd be cool to, like, yeah, besides going to like Warhammer World and stuff, I know that there's like the Nottingham area is just like, do you want to find all the cool people doing incredibly niche like metal sculpts? I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. I would love to go there. Mind you, I'm sure if I went there, that would be a huge pain in the dick to actually, like, take back to the States. I just show up and, like, my bag is, like, 30% heavier, and it's just filled with the most, like, toxic river lead of all time. Like, why are you bringing this back to America? I was like, I swear, this is just dork metal, please. I do Neanderthal. How you doing? Welcome. Your real-life tactical rock. Yeah, I really like that when they did the bit for the base. Was that? Or I guess that's probably the same thing actually. I would like one of those. Or a dice tower. Oh god. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think you should. I think you should. I guess it depends on how often you're planning on doing something like that. But I think especially at that scale, if you want to make that like a regular occurrence, I'd definitely consider getting one. That like. I had to do a bit of, like, really lazy gap filling with this glove area, so I need to, like, figure out how I want to get in there. definitely gonna need to like touch it up a bit later. Oh god, it's so wet. Please dry out, please. Do the robes also red? Guess I basically want to do like red and then dark red just to add like a little bit of color variety. Though I think I'm gonna have to wait for that to dry. Oh, if it's not gonna be a regular time, it does help for base coating. I will say that. I'm not at the stage in my life where I use it for fine details, just mostly because I paint on stream primarily. And my time off I just build minis. But like, I do think it like if you want to also base coat like a lot of just like individual models, it's pretty good for that. When they barely found anything worth it. Oh, that's sad. Are they all just like dying? Are they like dying? Or are they just like shriveling up? Or do people just like not as nerdy bullshit anymore? Like what's the cause of that? I totally believe you. I'm just like, I'm saddened, I guess. I guess is the way to do that. Woo! Yo, let's go. That is a good get. I'm a little sad. There was one time I saw a complete set of Warhammer Fantasy, the RPG for the 3rd edition, like the weird bespoke novelty game, like where it's like it was Fantasy Flight Games is like, I know what gamers love, weird proprietary bullshit. And apparently, from what I say, it's a solid enough system, but it's like that barrier of like, why is this $100? Why did I get this in a $100 box? I think at the time it was like 50, and I was like, I don't know if I want this right now, but maybe. Virtue was a shithole. Ah, okay. So you just really gotta dig then. Gotcha. Or admitted. Yeah, oh, speaking of which, I was digging in my closet and there's a mini I want to prepare for next week. I've been feeling I don't know, maybe it's the winter. I don't know. I've been feeling this weird sort of like melancholic nostalgia. And I was looking through some of my old War Machine minis and I found a lad. He is not done yet. Yeah, let me just get like a little bit of paint on the leg. I have to go like up in that gooch and touch that up later. That'll be fine. Let me get this real quick and I'll show you the lad. Yeah, it was. I'm very lucky that like I have a used bookstore I go to, and like it's got some gems, but sometimes it gets some like a lot of times it's just kind of boring. Like it's you guys ever want to know what happens when there's like when somebody trades in their like Warhammer like 40k like 9th edition codices? It goes to this store. That's the kind of store that this is. But they'll get stuff like old White Dwarfs and whatnot, and then like some cool TRPGs quite a bit. But sometimes I can go like multiple months with like nothing rad coming out of there. It was steam. Oh god, yeah, no, it was very explicitly steampunk. Like it was so like all the warjacks were steam jacks. They are powered by steam, like explicitly in the setting. So that is absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Like, I mean, some factions are more so than others. Like, Crix is very like more undead, and you got what's it called? You got like Khador's pretty steamy, but like not too bad. Oh yeah, Mod Podge, my beloved. Let's go. No, that's really fair. Fell apart a little bit. Not like a permanent way. I forgot that like right before I quit War Machine, I have a magnetized Scythian, which is weird. I didn't realize how badly these magnets would get all like corroded. So I need to. This was used. I remember getting this used. I don't recall why the green stuff is molded on the shoulder like that, but hey, there we go. I forgot how big he is compared to the camera. So yeah, I got the lad. I think what I remember doing is I never had a proper Scythian until the game was basically dead. What I did do is I bought some Tyrannid arms off eBay and I magnetized them for a different model. So yeah, I was like, I kind of want to paint him. He needs work. I want to give him a proper base. I think I'm just going to gut the magnets. I don't think the magnets are doing much here. Like, cause like in War Machine, so the big thing about War Machine is that like this is the Carnivian chassis. basically multiple units in your army will use this as a chassis. So in theory, if you magnetize them, this is a good thing to magnetize. So you could be like, okay, I'm going to have multiple Scythians in this list, and I might have like multiple Ravagors, which is like the ranged version. So like that makes sense at the time, but like I'm not playing War Machine to play War Machine. Legion of Everblood's basically a dead faction. I want to properly glue these arms on and then like do some like basically try to fix them a bit. Need old comments. Oh god, I need to deal with my old comments. That's my problem. I don't need more comments, at least for me anyway. Yeah, oh god, yeah, I really like so I played the war game, but I also did play the RPG. I understand that also that fucker keeps falling over, but it's like a very like gentle fall. God, yeah, Shark Ray, as someone whose faction has also been butchered, like I will keep going like look how they massacred my girl every time I see like anything to do with the new Chimera faction. It is pain. All right, you're drying. Hi there, Taro. Welcome. I'm doing various Trench Crusade minis today. Because I'm at this like really weird hobby spot right now where I have a couple things that like I could paint, but there's like I want to finish off some shit and then get those going. Oh yeah, well, you know what I want to do. I've been working on this guy for a while. This is one of my. What are you, buddy? Oh yeah, he's going to be the yeah, I did get the Biologus, yeah. I got it from the Kickstarter that wasn't a Trench Crusade Kickstarter, but was the Brain Shutty Downy the one for 28 mag. But yeah, I got this guy. Every time I look at him, it's really weird. It's like I understand that there's like little bits that need painted, but for some reason, the more I look at him, the more I'm like, what the fuck is going on? To get some, you should. Trench Crusade's really fun. I mean, you know, if you have money and access and whatnot, if you you can, definitely see if you can. I think I need to get my darker. I need to get more of that Griffin Claw, because I still have a hard time moving away from Rakarth flesh, even if I'm not using G-Dub's paints anymore. Oh, that's my nicer hero one. We do be trenching tonight. So yeah, today the Witchburner General is the main target, but also like he's a lot of flat surfaces. It's gonna take a while to dry, so it's like it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, the thing is, like, I thought that so for people who have not played the OG Iron Kingdom system, it was really cool. So it's actually weirdly has some like DNA that a lot of Japanese TRPGs have, where you pick like multiple classes and you build them onto each other. That was cool. I think if there wasn't like a charisma stat, you would basically pick one of the other stats in like a situation, and you would sort of roll appropriately. Like if you're trying to like threaten someone, you would use strength. That's kind of neat. It's like they kind of realized that a lot of their gamers would just drop charisma because that was the dumb stat for people who just want to big murder. It was also like fairly rules compatible with the actual game. So like it's really funny though. It's not like the character you would play in that game would be like super strong on the tabletop. It's more like anyone from the tabletop would actively like shit in your breakfast if they show up in your game. So like if you're facing like generic dudes in the woods, that's whatever. But like if you see a Doom Reaver, like get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out of there. You are gonna die. God, or like an actual warjack, because like you can get the jacks, which are the robots in there, but you get like dinky little labor jacks, and that's not a bad thing. Like they're actually, I did have a labor jack. They were really, really fun. Oh, you were Scrya. Let's go. Man, a lot of weeping Scrya players. I was Legion, and then I inherited some cricks from a friend of mine, and I had a very small mercenary force. Which I still have. Like, it's funny, the main, like, what I would argue, like, the main relic of my old Merc force is the fact that I have Magnus. I have P. Magnus on my table. One of the first minis that I've painted that I did not strip. And I just keep him as around as a little, like, wow, look how far you've come, buddy. He's that. And it's like, I really enjoyed for that. Also, yeah, I guess the main flaw about this guy, he just needed, like, a lot of paint in a couple of areas. I was like, everything about him feels weird. I was like, what's going on? It's like, oh yeah, he's just like weirdly missing patches in a way that it would just like almost just overwhelm me a bit. Like, I'll have to go back and touch up some of the medals and stuff. But yeah, no, I guess he just legitimately just need like a very generic second pass on his skin. I'll probably still need to do some touch-ups. There we go, there we go. But yeah, let me show you guys P. Magnus, my boy. Once again, I show this all the time. It's my little lad. It's him. There we go. It's him. He's like, this is definitely during the like make it dirty stage. Like Devlin Mudd is talent. Yeah, yeah, the old Magnus. I kind of want to get like, I don't know if I would get the like the newer stuff they're doing, but there's a little part of my brain's like, it'd be kind of fun to get it would kind of be fun to get like the Magnus 2. Like get Magnus 2, E-Magnus, and just do that. Yeah, I understand that the War Machine house style is very over the top and goofy and whatnot. I get it. I've been there. I feel like it almost hit like a point of like almost like comedic overstatement, I guess. Like there was just a certain point where it's like, oh god, yeah, it's like they're like, once again, not a subtle setting. Went too buck wild. Went like almost went too much. And I'm using a little bit of a buff color to distress the wood. Yeah, he was like Venter's like #1 guy until he got, no, sorry, he was like God, if I remember right. Yeah, he was like Venter's #1 guy and went to do merc work to like raise up. It's been a while since I read the lore, so I'm very rusty. I remember Venter fucked him over, and then he kind of tried to do his own thing. I'm very lusty. I'm very rusty on War Machine lore. It's been a bit. It's definitely been a bit. I also never really... So they did that whole, like, basically their version of the end times that were done on a bunch of, like... Basically a bunch of, like, Twitter posts to wrap up their setting. So, like, once again, people who are like, the end time sucks. You know, that's fair. That's that's fair. War Machine players basically got their... I do it. I carnally crave the lore. But, like... War Machine got it, so basically their end times was done via Twitter posts. I'm pretty sure those don't really exist anymore. I'm sure somebody out there has collected them in like a wiki somewhere, but it was really strange. And like, yeah, no, it is effectively like a post-end time setting. Except imagine instead of doing like a new setting, they just kind of like rebooted the old one. You still got that, like there's some familiar faces, some factions have been squatted or condensed into others, and then like, there's some new ideas. I'm sure, like, if I was starting, though. The funny thing is, it kind of got unofficially canceled on Twitter because, like, you know, it was kind of... Mark 4 was apparently pretty solid, was dead in the water for a while till Steamforge picked them up, and apparently is, like, doing, like, plastics and shit now. I don't think I'm going back to that, though. Oh, yeah, the Jack-o'-lantern guys. Those are always weird to me. I like Malifaux? Like, Malifaux is a very neat thing, but, you know, I like when Malifaux was Malifaux and not whatever the fuck that was. They kept over-tuning the game, yeah. Yeah, the Grimkin. That was kind of when we stopped too, but that was less of like, oh, this game is no longer for me, I will leave, and it was more like, oh, I'm moving several states over, and oh, no one plays War Machine here. Maybe it'll come back again. Nope, game's dead. Nope, game's dead, bro. Yeah, the Archons were always kind of weird too. It was like that, and what's it called? It was like that, and I also remember Legion would use a lot of models, like the Mecha Shredder from the board. There's so many lists that, like, so I would still keep up with the list for a little bit, but it was like, yeah, this list needs like, Riot Quest models were just so prevalent in a lot of lists. I'm like, this feels weird. I don't even mind, like, them having a fun board game, and I kind of get the idea of, like, it'd be fun to play with your model in the main game, but, like, yeah, like, conceptually, I'm not against the idea of the Mechano Shredder, but they gave it, if I remember right, they gave it tenacity, which they removed from the original Shredder. Like, what the fuck? How dare you massacre my boy and then make Robo Boy? What are you doing? Yeah, that was the weird fucking choices. And I've, like, now at this point, the only thing I'm really doing is I'm printing out all the Cephalix models because I do like Cephalix. And the Crucible Guard stuff is got. I like what I will say. I will give credit where credit is due. I really like what they're doing with their digital stuff. I think genuinely the idea of like, okay, let's release legacy factions on a 3D printable basis. I think that's a great idea. Mind you, you know, I like 3D printing, but I forgot I had snack against constructs. That is fuck press. Why did you do this? Let's get a little bit of metal on this guy. I'm gonna try to do a thing that I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah, Cephalix were always that thing where it's like, this is really cool. This is really, really cool, but everybody were like, Cephalix are mostly garbage. Sometimes they're okay. And like, that's fine, but that was like, I'm not rich by any means, but I used to be like, I could buy like one mini very rarely. Because like, I got into War Machine when I was in college, and like, you know, you don't have a lot of money in college. So it was like, I could never afford a Cephalix army because you basically buy a bespoke army. And the problem is, it's like, even if you manage to get all the pieces, it's still going to be like one of those like, haha, like not joke armies, but like, you know, almost like those kind of like handicap armies. Like they'll show up in some war games where it's like, these are cool, but this was never meant to be good. If it's ever good in the meta, it's because like we fuck, like, not fucked up is the wrong word, but like it was just kind of a happy little accident for them, I guess. Yeah, that's always weird too, where it's just like, oh, there we go. I'm a little worried. Luckily, any CO-cast imperfections on the helmet will just look like typical like helmet crust. I'm gonna see what happens if I take this and apply a contrast red over a dark metal. I don't expect it to work, but I want to see what it looks like. I'm willing to use a one-of-a-kind mini for testing things, because that's how I fucking roll, baby. I never, well, Legion had one model with Weapon Master that was like really decent, which were the swordsmen. And I didn't use them, and they weren't needed for Legion anyway. Legion had enough tools. But I do remember those had, like, even at the time, I was like, these are ugly sculpts. Oh my god. That was the funny thing, is like, I understand the concept of soul in war games. I get it. Most of the Legion infantry just sucked balls. I'm very sorry. I have a unit of the Hexbreakers in my closet. Those guys are cool. I'm a little sad I never finished the Hexbreakers, and maybe someday I will finish them because they would be worth it. I think one of them is missing a sword, and I was always like bothered by that, but now I can 3D print him a sword because who cares? Like, even if it's not exactly the same size of like a Hex Razor, that'll be fine. Oh, the Rangers, like, well, the Rangers were cool. It's not the build. It was always just like the fact that they were sculpted weird. They were all just like weird like goblin dudes, like facial proportion wise, not size. But I really, yeah, I did like when they incorporated the draconic elements for like the Rangers and stuff like that. Yeah, that was kind of the reason Legion I know was like stupid good, but like that's why I got into it, because I was like, I want to play a faction where the name of the game is like hit with big robot or like monster, and like what's the faction that's good at that? Legion. Legion could actually make that dream real. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. I'll give that a go. I think Uppsala Magic was like legitimately like tournament viable for a while. I never did it myself because I just never had the stuff for it, but I do recall that you could do that. I never, yeah, I was gonna say, I never got the Tentacle Walker fucker either. That was sort of like when I, as a little budget college lad, was like, so I'm painting that like a gunmetal. I'm gonna use Slaughter Red over it just because I think it'll, ideally it's gonna do like a dark tint on it. Which is the plan anyway. We'll see if that shines through. Yeah, that's the thing. They were pretty solid, but yeah, no, they were ugly as shit. I did not like them. Yeah, the funny thing is, I actually have my back in the day, my friend was playing Corn, and he's like, "I'll just paint these for me." Just like not even like an exchange. He's just like, "You just want to paint them?" I'm like, yeah, I don't have very many minis, so sure. So ironically, I was just like, I painted them Corn colors, but I'm pretty sure Yeah, I painted him corn colors. And then, like, maybe, like, 2 years ago, I painted Deathjack on stream and made him... Actually, it might not even be 2 years ago. Deathjack might have been done slightly more recently than a lot of shit I've done, actually, that felt like in the distant past. Give me a fun fact about Slaanesh. Do you mind if I extend that to the Emperor's Children, D? Specifically good old Fabius Bile, because I have a really fun fact about Fabius Bile. He's got Slaanesh's attention. He's got Slaanesh's attention even if he doesn't want it. So I'm gonna hold on, let me paint this shoulder pad, and then I'm gonna pull up a big picture of good old Fabius Bile. Fabius Bile. I'm combining his joke nickname with his real name on accident. So, yeah, I saw that they're making like super jacks now, and it feels weird. Like 80mm super jacks. Like, sure, okay. Okay, here we go. Let me get like a good. Let me get his. Let me get this picture of him. Yeah, there we go. That's a nice. That's a nice good picture of good old Bill. A nice good picture. See, I never got the Colossals because they were too expensive for my broke ass. All right. Here's Fabius Bile, right? You know, former member of the Emperor's Children, doesn't worship Slaanesh, or he's like, well, he's turbo atheist, which is really funny, but, so Fabius Bile has a daughter that he made, Fabius Bile has a daughter that he made with his own, skin, like basically his own cells, and she fell to Slaanesh. That's not the fun fact. This is a comparison point. See the thing on his backpack with the like the little saws and the little drills and whatnot. That's called the Chirurgeon. Or Chirurgeon, my bad. Or how do you say that? Chirurgeon, whatever. It hooks up to his spinal column and like lets him do a bunch of cool medical things, right? That thing has canonically had sex and has spawned children. Greenhammer, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. I'm explaining the fact that there are two fathers in this picture, but only one of them is confirmed to have had sex. Yes. Yes, the spinal column thing, the backpack. The backpack is canonically fucked. Here's what happened. In the third Fabius Bile book, a bunch of his like personal Emperor's Children legionary guys are in the bowels of his ship, and they're just like, we keep fighting these goddamn robot wasps this entire, like, we've been fighting robot wasps for days. Why are there so many goddamn robot wasps in this ship? And like, more or less every single time you read the Fabius Bile books, it's him pretty much just like basically getting his kit together, because he's constantly rotting, so he has to clone himself. And whenever he hooked up his backpack again, the Chirurgeon, he's like looking through the camera feeds, because that thing's also attached to the ship. And he's like, wait a minute. Why are there all these new camera feeds? Where are all these new camera feeds, and why are they coming out of robot bugs? And earlier, one of the Emperor's Children, no, sorry, it wasn't an Emperor's Children, it was a Glandhound. Somebody was just like, wait, if this is the queen we're fighting, what the fuck is the king? And then Fabius Bile's like, oh, you backpack, you do be fucking my backpack. And you'd be like, okay, I wonder what the callback to that in the story is going to be. Like, what's the payoff? There isn't any. There's no payoff to his backpack having sex. It doesn't come up again as far as I can remember. Oh, it detaches a lot. So basically, he's constantly rotting because a lot of the early Emperor's Children had a genetic disease, because of setting whimsy. So he basically has to like reclone himself and like transfer his consciousness every time. So he's like, you know, he's got to like get the fresh clone out. He's got to hook up the backpack and everything. And yeah, sometimes the backpack, when he's just like doing shit, it just likes to wander around. Two bugs having sex. Injectors, involuntarily flexed. Oh yeah, I don't agree. Yeah, he does. He does a lot of surgery on himself. There's a lot of just like surgery with no anesthetic going on in there. I'm still don't know how I feel about the Fabius Bile trilogy. it's neat, but also you do get annoyed with him after a while. I'm reading the entire, basically I'm just reading everything in like a bizarre fucking order. I am like 30, maybe like 20 or 30 40k books, 30k and 40k books deep. I'm just now getting around to Horus Rising, and basically right off the bat, Lucius the Eternal's a fucking prick. Like there was no ramp up to that. He was a prick from day one. Goddamn. I'm beginning to like it a bit more. Yeah, I like that. I do like that too. I drive a lot for work, so I have a lot of audiobook listening. I was originally going through basically more or less every Chaos book, and I've branched out. I've done like all the Eisenhorn books. I've done 2 Caiaphas Cain. I've done a couple of other miscellaneous ones. I do like anything Peter Fahavari has made, with The Reverie to date still being my favorite 40k book in general. But yeah, Horus Rising is a very strange book where I did not like it for a long time, and then it's kind of... Once Loken started becoming a character and not generic Space Marine number like 3,247, I was like, hey, look at him. He's like a real guy with thoughts and feelings. I like him. He's cool. Yeah, but also in this book that's like really setting up the Lunar Wolves, they also do fight Robo Spiders on Planet Murder, which I do like them, and they call them the Megarachnids. So me joking about calling them Robo Spiders is not even that far off to be real. Oh no, that's fair. I think I'm personally of the opinion that like I never. This is gonna be like a weird opinion. I think the thing is that like 40k will never be what everybody wants it to be, so you kind of gotta make your own. You kind of gotta like legitimately almost sort of like fanfic 40k to a certain degree, because Games Workshop will always make you sad, no matter really what your stance is, no matter what your stance or your political like I guess an alignment, but like, you know, whatever your leanings, however you feel about whatever details, like what, like especially because like everybody in setting has their own, like everybody has their own really specific like autism sticking point for 40k. I don't know. I don't recall what exactly mine is off the top of my head. But I'm sure it exists. But like, you know. But yeah. I do be reading. I'm at the point where Torgaradon has landed. Oh god, I is it controversial to say that I hate Torgaradon? Torgaradon is supposed to be like the funny lunar wolf, but like, imagine there's a guy you're at a party, or you're just, I don't know, or you're not even at a party. You're at the bank. You're doing an errand, DMV. You're at the DMV, and a guy rolls up to you and be like, "Hey, my name's Funny Carl," and like right away you're like, "Oh no, this is bad. That's not good." Nobody who's genuinely funny introduces themselves as Funny Carl. Everything about Torgaradon has that energy to me. It's like, hey, like, he's like, I say one thing, haha, Loken, I'm kidding, I mean another thing. Like, within the same sentence, I'm like, he gets better. I will say, despite being, like, the branded stick in the mud, like, Loken does a couple little jokes. He does like a very like, I'm a serious guy, but I can crack a funny every now and then. That's why I enjoy him. I read No Fear, and like I will say, I'm biased as a big word bears guy. I will admit that I am biased. But reading No Fear was just seeing a different collection of Ultramarine robots do Ultramarine things. Like, oh no, you mean Ultramarine Man is going to do a big final stand? Who is he? Doesn't matter. He's functionally identical to every other Ultramarine in that book. Does he have a red hat? Is he the Pentarch? Not Pentarch. It's like the guy who was like the planetary sort of like triumvirate. Oh, I think he's like a triumvirate guy. The only one who wasn't was Telemachus, and Telemachus is barely in that fucking book, and that's a shame because he was legitimately like the one Ultramarine in there that I was like, I want to know more about you. What the fuck? How you doing, the Architect? How you doing? Let's see. There we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah. It takes a while to get to the Supreme one. The Supreme one's really, really hard to do. I don't recall them look at there was a really funny thing. How you doing, Mantis? How you doing? How you doing? So like, like Loken's chief remembrancer, like this is not like a huge deal in this story. Also, nice. So his chief remembrancer is this black lady, right? And I swear there's a point to this. This sounds weird, but I assure you that there's a normal point. And Loken was just like genuinely baffled because the story was like, Loken has never seen a black person before. Did she dye her skin? What the fuck? And like, you know, he's like courteous and everything, and they go on to be people. It was just like, I was like, really, Loken? You've not seen a single... That's very strange. She's a nice enough lady, though. She's not the Kirkidis, whatever, the fat drunkard poet guy. He's the fun remembrancer. He's the fun remembrancer. I am doesn't ring up the same must be. Yeah, no, yeah, Tor Garadon's that guy. He's absolutely like, ho, this must be free, ho ho. Oh yeah, I mean, they functionally are like a totally because like Space Marines are just really conceptually very sexless beings overall. So which is really funny, which is like I don't mind when people make like Space Marine romance and they're like fanfics and stuff, but it's just really funny. They're like, I don't know anything about how this romance works. It seems like you two are a couple. It's that's very amusing. How you doing, Space Wolves fan? We're talking about Space Marines. Yes, indeed we are. Yes, indeed we are. I cannot say words. You know, overall Horus Rising has been getting a bit better. I will say it's been getting a bit better. Yeah. Oh, Great Hammer. That's Telemachus. Because like I really liked him because he's like, I'm young, but I got fucked up in a battle, so I'm in a dreadnought, and I don't like this very much. Like I was bred to have no fear, but now that I'm like put into this like amniotic coffin, everything is fucked and I hate it. And I was like, look at you. Are you going to have like a character arc? Like what's going to happen? Do we really get to see you like maybe just come to terms with it? Or even just like, it's like maybe they'll get put together and explore the world like this. What happens is Telemachus is in the story at one point. He falls out of the sky. And then in the final battle of the book, he's just there. He's just there. God damn it. I was legitimately to the point, I was like, do I just hate Dan Abnett? Do I just hate his books? I think he did No Fear. Because if you go online, everybody's like, listen, I thought Ultramarines were stupid. But then I read No Fear, and then I'm like, my boys. I'm like, did we read the same book? I am willing to bet that. I do particularly care for more like the character-driven stories, which is like I do actually tend to probably like I don't hate Space Marine books. I've read a decent amount of them, but for me like bolter porn and just like dry military stuff is really not my thing. That is where I begin to check out. At the same time, I was just like this feels weird. Like I feel like I should be getting more out of this. And I mentioned the word bears thing because like even the word bears really didn't do a whole lot. There was like that one cultist guy who was just kind of there for a while, and I'm sure some of it was like I know it's setting up some shit. Like Telemachus got I think he was in the Horus Heresy Legends books, like the Legends rules for 3rd edition Horus Heresy. I was just like look, I was control effing word bears. And I was like, what are we doing on this? Oh, it's Telemachus. Oh shit. Hey, yeah, I'm glad you like the mini. I'm working on this, the Witchburner, and it's going relatively all right. It's one of those minis that's like, it requires a lot of dry time, so I'm really just kind of doing other shit in the meantime. He's got like big, beautiful curls. I was going through it. I was having a kick of just reading my way through, I want to do more Alpha Legion books. And I found out that Legion is mostly about John Grammaticus. I'm like, I'm good. You know what? I'm good. Hey, let's go. I I don't know. So I have like a couple of the spoilers I need to put together that I almost did that instead of these guys. I was like, I don't know. The only one I have read is Sons of the Hydra, I think. I think it's Sons of the Hydra. And Sons of the Hydra is the stupidest 40k book I think I've ever read. But like not in a way that's detrimental to the story. Sons of the Hydra is if you took a 10-year-old and you're like 10-year-old, make your cool Alpha Legion warband. It's like, all right, so the main guy, he worships the Emperor, but he's still like a really cool Alpha Legion guy, and he hangs out with this Necron dude sometimes. And also, every guy on his squad has plasma weapons, but his plasma weapons don't overheat because they got Xenos technology in it. And at one point in the book, we're gonna throw ourselves out of a window and go through the they're in the Maelstrom fighting Red Corsairs. They fly onto from their ship, not even a drop pod or anything, just go through space, land on the ship, and then shoot the windows out with fucking plasma things. It is a stupid, stupid book. But the whole time I'm like, yeah, okay, this is fun. It's stupid. I would never say to read it, but like you're just kind of like, I'm not hating this. But yeah, oh yeah, so for context, Almantis, John Grammaticus in 40k, if you did not know already, is a perpetual, which is like an immortal guy who can respawn. There's a bunch of just kind of like, oh sure, I forgot about one of the secondary main characters. She is a Calidus assassin who has been like mind broken by the main Alpha Legion guy to serve him now. Oh god, I forgot about the period. Yeah, I was joking about like a couple of streams ago. I forgot that I left that on there. Let me remove that. Yeah, so I always get it confused with a different Alpha Legion book. I might bring it back later because it's really funny, but not for now. But yes, let me double check because I can recognize it by cover. I can recognize it by cover. Let me pull that up real quick. So let me stifle this ad real quick while I look at this. Hold on. Let me get the book. Sons of the Hydra. Yeah, this is it. It's like I said, it's certainly a book. There we go. This one. Like there's some fun thing. Their tech priest is from the Mentors chapter, which I was aware of, but I have like first time I've seen that get mentioned in like any book before. Directly, other than like some like old 40k stuff. Their sorcerer guy is kind of cool. What's some other bullshit they do in that book? Like they do a big cool thing against like against what's it called, yeah, I think they're like alpha, beta, and gamma, or he does some sort of like Greek lettering for them. It's pretty fun. It's like I said, it's incredibly stupid. Like if you ever want to like be like the 40k is like a setting with like depth and there's characters doing shit, don't show them this book. They're going to assume that you're 12, but like, you know, if you got a little bit of like, I like to see the cool space soldiers do like the crazy pew-pews. And I'm usually kind of whatever on bolter porn because a lot of it is like, oh, and then Brother Flavius shot the guy with his mass reactive rounds and they detonated, and then using his transhuman strength, he took the roaring teeth of his chain blade and drove it into the beast's neck, spewing pus and ichor. Like, you know, hey, if you want to guess what book that's from, don't worry, it's all of them. Yay! Well, everyone with a space marine with a chainsword in it. That's basically most of them. I mean, that's literally true, Mantis. Because they have plasma that doesn't need a cooldown, they straight up, honest to God, have a gun with like even more power than power. It's really funny. It's really, really funny. I think I want him. I don't think I want that to glow. Let's get a little bit of leather on there. We'll do that. Funny read. Funny read. I don't know if I have any. Like, here's the thing. Like, I think a lot of times I read the books that are like heavy chaos slant, but also like are generally well regarded. Like, you know, like if I say the Twice Ruined King series is kind of is a fun read. Yeah, but like I would not be the first. I definitely would not be the first that does that. Hey, join the Nairs fan club whenever you want. I will be painting for at least another 3 hours, so you got some fucking time. You got some fucking time. I don't mind shoulder-mounted Terminator guns. I mean, consider how many things have wrist guns. Like, that's not, for at least for me, that's not even that grave of a sin. What's some other weird shit from that book? I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of. Because, like, it's kind of weird because it's not particularly subtle for an... yeah. Okay. I don't want to spoil too much. But, like, this is a book that will just kill off a character and then be like, no, JK, they're back. There was even a point where a character came back and they're like, how did you come back? And they just didn't matter. They just didn't care. They're just like, whatever, he's here now. Hey, Donko, how you doing? I'm working on... couple of different Trench Crusade models today. I'm doing a couple. Yeah, it's going pretty good. It was legitimately more or less like that ham-fisted. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, because the thing is, like, they didn't need that. They didn't need that character to be there. They had already established like something else that would have totally taken his spot and made way more sense. But I'm like, okay, I guess. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. It's not a job unless you're doing tasks for incompetent people. That's a mood. That's a mood. Present prayer you have to. You do. Hopefully when I get mine together, yours don't break. Like if there's some like cosmic equilibrium that requires one of us to have a jank one. There. Oh yeah, let me see. I also got this guy too. So today is, like I said, primarily getting the Witchburner done, but this is also kind of a grab bag of just getting some shit together. I'm like, why would you do that? Like that's the point of samples is to have labels so you could like know what the fuck's in there. That's a strange choice. No, that's understandable, but still strange. I don't know. There's a lot of things that would make sense, and where I work at the guild, it is not done in a way that makes sense. So I feel ya. Why not Terminator? Yeah, like I said, yeah. Terminators with shoulder-mounted guns is not the weirdest thing. Especially because I feel like Saturnine Terminators have. I feel like their big shoulders would have been a natural fit for some guns, you know. How you doing, Sensei? How you doing? How do you lose a fight with a door handle? Like. Is it just like pull and then they push and they just keep going too hard and they just shatter it? I mean, I'd believe that. I've seen that shit. Oh yeah, like those big fuck off missile racks. I do like those. Those are neat. Yeah, like yeah, this is basically the bone stock engineer, but I modified it slightly because I do Swiss Guard for a Trench Crusade. Guess I can get that backpack too. I got this color ready to party as well. Oh, that's weird then. If it's not, okay, because like that, if it's a keycard lock, that's very strange. Huh. Oh fuck. Okay, the ad's done. That's weird. For some reason on my end it says the ad shouldn't start for another hour, but that might just be a Twitch. That might be a Twitch glitch. Like, yeah, like. The weird thing is, at least with DBZ, they have like in-universe reasons why a character would come back. This one was like, this character is definitely dead, and you're like, JK, like, wait, why? Mind you, they didn't have like an on-screen death, but it was basically like, no, the way this character does shit, you're like, why would you even fucking bother? I don't know if this is sounding like an endorsement for Sons of the Hydra or not. I don't think so. I like it, but like at the end of the day, I didn't hate it. I didn't dislike it, but I think it's because like maybe compared to some of the other books, I'm like, I know what this is going to be. I know deep down this is going to continue to be stupid. I'm gonna let the stupid train go through. And I will say, like, it committed its bit to being stupid and did not stop. Even at the very end, where I don't want to spoil anything with the end really. But let me assure you, it is very strange and baffling. To the point that, like, I don't know how G-Dub signed off on this. Hey, it's all good, Green Hammer. Have yourself a good night and take it easy. Have a good rest. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, even the sisters have, like, you know, like effectively like holy magic to them, even though it's that description of it is very heretical. But this guy did not have that excuse. He had nothing. Good day, sir. Ooh, okay. That would be. I mean, that probably would be the hardest to kit bash, would it? At least I wouldn't think so. Especially if you could maybe get like one of those like if you get maybe one of like the twin link bolters from like a Rhino or whatever and just stick it on the back. There's probably some room on there for it. You could probably get away with that. Oh, where this guy's like leg are. He's got several like bullshits. This will be fine. I wonder why I didn't do much more with this model. How you doing, Muckrin? How you doing? We're talking about 40k books while I am working on Trench Crusade, ironically. It do be like that sometimes. It do be like that. That's probably fine. Then any other immediate... Oh yeah, he does. Oh, he does have like a side strap and a front strap, which I guess makes sense considering he's carrying like an explosive in there. You know, you don't want that shit to fall off. Huh. Yeah, those seems like a very, very easy way to deal with like a door. I guess some people just like being difficult or not thinking things through. Which, you know, I'm guilty of not thinking things through a lot, so I can't like fully give shit. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is by... I don't remember what the original song is from, but it's Toa from Hololive. She's like one of those holos that has like a nice deep voice, which I really enjoy. Yeah, it's like, once again, if YouTube did not immediately throw me into copyright jail, I would also do music on it. At least Twitch has like the alternate tracks thing. So by the time this VOD will hit, by the time this VOD hits like the Twitch VODs, it'll already like be like this track will not be on there. Which is nice. Which is very, very fucking nice. Oh, Louie's very good too. I do like her voice. I like me a lady with a deep singing voice. I think ladies with like deeper singing voices are like very, very nice. Especially because this is not particularly the deepest voice ever, but I do remember there's a band that I really enjoy, a Western band called Screaming Females. And lead singer, she's got like a pretty, not the deepest voice ever when she sings, but like relatively deep. But then when she talks, she's basically just like, thank you guys for coming so much, yay! Like not quite that bad, but I was like, what the fuck? How do you fit that sound? How do you fit that sound in there? What's happening? How did you do that? How are you both? Oh, yeah. You gotta... Has anyone, like, yanked it, like, clear off the hinges and they gotta pay for it then? It's because I feel like that's a natural result of, like, oh, clearly I just didn't yank it hard enough. Like, I feel like that's going to eventually lead to that. That's good. Because I feel like if it gets yanked off, that probably becomes, like... Because, like, that probably becomes, like, a security incident, right? When they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to, like, detain you now. Or, like, it's gonna become, like, a protracted payment thing at the very least. Man, angles are very tricky. I think it's going pretty good though. I'll definitely need to touch up a few bits, but I think overall I'm pretty happy so far. I also gotta get I gotta get he's got like little white, like little powdered wig bits, which I need to do. No, don't worry, I'll steal. Hey, let's go. Let's see real quick. Yeah, it's either that. I mean, even GDub's kind of like put Termies on hold for a while, so I don't think I could really anticipate anything they'll ever do. I did run into a little of a like, I don't know why I've been doing this a lot more lately, but I've not got a chance to look at the books myself. But like every now and then I'll go onto Lexiconum and I'll look at some of the black books. Not the black books. Sorry, the Imperial Armor books, and I'll look at like old Forge World models that like don't exist anymore. Like, and today I was looking at a bunch of like the older Tyranid stuff. I'm like, man, these are cool. Like these, it's kind of, I find a lot of these out of production like models that had like a bunch of lore and stuff. They almost they hit this like weird like lost media section of my brain that feels very strange. Where it's like it was like the Hieroduke or Hierodual or something like that. These like, they're like big chunky Tyranids, but they're not like they're not chunky and big enough that they would fill a niche to like warrant making them in the plastic. But they are too big just to like be feasible to make in resin anymore. And I'm just like, oh, these are cool. The fuck? What, these are why do cool models die? None. It's because they're just all made by Forge World, and that's just like resin that has not been used. Like none of those have been produced since like the mid 2008 maybe. Yeah, that'd be the dream. Yeah, because like I did not find out about anything about 40K stuff because like for like model wise until like I was way into being an adult. It's like because like I was on TG for years, and like you learn 40K in like a very abstract sense, but like I didn't play the war game. I wasn't reading any of the books really. I knew that like Dawn of War was a thing, but I just like never played it. So like my knowledge was very superficial at the time, which is fair. But it's like I didn't know about all these like cool models that like I wouldn't have even been able to afford anyway. That's for me. That's kind of the tragedy, is I was alive and like a sapient being during a lot like the heyday of a lot of cool shit, but like I was just isolated in the boonies with no money, so it's like I can't do much with that knowledge. But yeah, it was like just like looking at a bunch of Forge World minis. I'm like, man, nice. What do I do with the? I think I did a mix for this scroll. I'm gonna do like a. Oh, I'll do some. I swear, I've used this color before. I feel like it's never been this like streaky. I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm thinning it too much. It does layer fine, so it's not like that. It's not like the worst thing ever. So let's go. Yeah, the good old coelacanth just be swimming. Oh, there we go. That's not so bad. Yeah, I do also think it's like it's weird. So like, I like 3D printing and adding to like Warhammer stuff as like for like bits and whatnot, and I understand some like most people just want to be like, how to get Primaris Space Marine, but I do really like the idea of like effectively a lot of people are doing the equivalent of like emulating older games so they don't become lost. Like that kind of like 3D printing as a form of like preservation is kind of neat. I don't think it gets talked about very much though, because 3D printing is still pretty like in the grand scheme of things pretty new. Like emulation has been around for fucking ages. I mean, he is a Witchburner, so like, he is very no fun allowed. You're not wrong for assuming this guy is very anti-fun. I do not disagree with your assessment on this. Also, this guy's not going to remain purple for long. This is just, I'm using like a dark purpley res to base. I'm going to start building up some red on there. I want to make sure I get all these like layers looking pretty legit. He's turning out pretty good so far. Yeah, let's go. I need to touch up that. For shit. Right now things are going good. Yeah, I mean, I think Battlefield Gothic is one of those neat cases though, where like it has been super. Like I think Battlefield Gothic, Epic, and Mordheim are all in that same group where it's like, yeah, it sucks that you can't just go to the store and buy Battlefield Gothic, but like the communities maintain it really, really well. There's like a lot of resources for like getting together and play and new fan missions, and like custom like tweaking some stuff or adding factions that didn't exist when that came out. And the rules are free, and there's like good models out there. Like, I think it's in a good spot. I like it's. How you doing, Starla? Welcome. How you doing? I'm working on the lad. So like, I think there's worse ways you could have a game as opposed to like Battlefleet Gothic. Like, I almost feel like it'd be probably for the best if it never came back. Like, if G-dubs were just like, no, Battlefleet Gothic is not worth it. There's a demon stage. Listen, 14. I'm telling you, if you're looking for historical accuracy or making sense in the setting with the demons, I don't think it's gonna. They did not care, and like in a way that like that was not what their goal was. So like, I do understand that the lore is silly, but it's I don't think it's ever not gonna be silly. Yeah, I will say I've always really liked those like really like mythic like hearing about like the Eye of Terror campaign, like all these like really like mythical cool events in the past, where it's like I've always really loved the idea of some people would talk about like, yeah, we did Battlefleet Gothic, and then we used Battlefleet Gothic to affect like a on the table 40K game. I always thought that shit was like really cool. I thought that shit was always like incredibly baller. There we go. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, I know they came out with a new book, and I do have a friend who's really into Blood Bowl. He might be convincing me to get a team at some point, maybe. I need to like, pay off a bunch of other things, and like, not totally waste all my money. Oh god, what? I guess I don't know what edition is out now then. I thought it was 3rd for some reason. Maybe it's not. But yeah, no, he's very excited for Blood Bowl, and I'm not gonna lie. Because I wanted Deathwatch Army. Yeah, I think it's just Games Workshop is really clumsy because they're like, okay, we want factions to be in the lore, and we still want you to buy shit. But objectively, they're like, okay. I'm using the wrong brown. Fuck. Where it's like they really don't like, because of their production schedule, they're like, oh fuck it, we're just gonna like shove this here. I think maybe they were kind of hoping to like privately squat Deathwatch, and then everyone was like, don't do that, don't fucking do that, G-dubs, don't fucking do that. Terror. Oh, I'm jelly. This is what I'm talking about. I missed out on a lot of cool shit. It make me big sad. It's okay, working. Let's cloak while this is drying. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that there's a book that came out like very recently. Yeah. Let me see. Oh yeah, no, the idea of someone going into Blood Bowl is see, the weird thing is I think my friend really, like, he really likes Blood Bowl, and like I've played Blood Bowl only on the digital form, which is pretty cool. I vaguely recall that I think it was maybe that or a different game that he had like a real bad experience with, where people were getting like way too sweaty on it. But like the idea of casual Blood Bowl does sound pretty fun. I understand that, like, like with Nuffle and whatnot, shit happens, and like it's I'm really, for any war game I play, it's always got that like, it's this only game, why are you so mad? Like it's such a, like, I don't know, it makes sense for me to live my life that way for wargaming, but some people don't, and I don't understand. And so I'm kind of building up some red a little bit. I darken it a little bit in those recesses, but you definitely just need a couple of other layers. I also don't know why I'm using this. This is like this like cheapy thick brush, but I do really like it. I think I just like a brush that is like, I got like a reasonably narrow tip, but still has good coverage. All my other brushes are way too pointy, and this one I could actually just kind of go sideways. Maybe I just gotta find me some like nice brushes that have this profile, and I could just be like, use them for mini painting, like a fucking weirdo. On the gloves, a little bit on there. Continue to add a little bit more heights and stuff like that. people like affordability. Oh yeah, having the affordability would be definitely nice. Yeah. Need a whole Basilisk range. Oh god, that does sound. Turnip has as a joke too that like some things are like the range is so long people will just kind of in certain turnip scenarios they might just hit a friend of theirs on like a different table. I really like that. I know that's like it's kind of bullshit, but it's really fun at the same time. Yeah, that seems to happen a lot. That Blood Bowl's really I don't know. I don't know if that's just a thing that certain Blood Bowl people bring in like weird, like actual, like try-hard sports stuff with them. I don't know, because it seems like that's like a relatively common thing. I know Blood Bowl's got like a lot of like cool depth and stuff with it, so like I could see maybe some people getting a little into trying too hard again. But like it's funny because everything around that is like, yeah, Blood Bowl, it's fun, you know. Nuffle gonna be funny, you know, fucked up rules and whatnot, like, you know. Even the rules of the game are like very like don't take this seriously. This is just we're just having fun here. Don't take this so seriously. Why are you taking this so seriously? Why? It could also just be like maybe just like two unfortunate scenes. Like if like yeah, like if yours is chill, maybe chill is the ideal, and then sometimes like you know that my other scenes might not be as chill. No. Yeah, cause like I play with my friends online with like the Steam client, and I remember seeing shit where like an entire my friend, like you know how like sometimes there's like an event that like a bunch of players get knocked down on both teams. I had my friend's team, the entire team get knocked down with that event, and none of mine, and like you can't outplay that. That's not like a thing where you're like, aha, with my superior gameplay style, I will dodge my way around that. It's like I don't think you can bounce back from that, my guy. I don't think you're coming back from that. And even at the time I was like, oh god, I'm so sorry, buddy. He's like, no, this is Blood Bowl. It's fine. Who gives a shit? Just need to get like a bit more red and the equivalent for like the hand stuff. Check out the cloak has actually turned out pretty good. I'm liking how this is tinging right now. Tinting. I guess tinting would probably be better. On the fees. Get that dick cloth, which is going to be really unfortunate. Produced by Dick Cloth. Yeah, making incredibly stupid CSI jokes. Yippee, let's go. Bad mix of ad plays for bigger assets. I can see that maybe. I can see that. Let's stay kid to the Mongols. I don't know. They don't got that Mongolian spirit. So you get a little bit more in there in the hand. I can see that, yeah. Also, I also do think AdMech every now and then you will get a person in the AdMech who's like, oh, those like they'll kind of get into that like kind of like in faction smug superiority thing. I will say though, I feel bad for I'm in that boat of like. So they showed those like that Destructor host recently, and I was like, God damn, these are nice. I have nothing that I would run them with, and I really don't, you know. I'm already not going to own a house. I would like to not live in a ditch, so I'm not going to get into 30k AdMech. But man, those new guys are really legit. I do really like those new fucks. Let's get like a couple little highlight streaks on here. Yippee, yeah, the new chunky boys look really nice. Nice, weird. I mentioned I have a bad experience with Infinity because my local scene was really dicks, but I've also not interacted with my local scene in a while. It's possible that maybe things are less dickish. And once again, I love my wargaming group because somebody be like, you know what? I haven't played Infinity in a while. I kind of miss it, and then everybody be like, just say the fucking word. I'll pull out all my Infinity out of my storage. And that happened to like for multiple games of us. We're just like, yeah. Well, if anyone just wants to pull the trigger on like a very specific game, the rest of us will just kind of go for it. Oh, the new Dark. Oh yeah, they did the Hive Ganger, right? I don't really play a lot of Dark Tide, so I don't know how good or bad that reveal is, but unfortunate if it is a bad one. if you could just die of a campaign, I probably will. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, you started out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this so far. I hope that I'm doing like really thin coats for a lot of shit, which is building nice. How you doing, Troglodyte? How you doing? I know so little about modern Minecraft, I could not even begin to answer that. Yeah, I do think that happens sometimes. Yeah, or like sometimes you get like, because I've even seen that like that sentiment of like you go like the 40 like the G-Dubs games are there just for like, you know, as like kind of like a buffer game for like the real cool gamers. But as like I can't even say like no to that too much because I do mostly play indie war games, and if I do play 40K, it's 3rd edition. So I'm kind of in that boat. How you doing, Lemon? How you doing? I be working on the lad, going pretty good. We'll do some like slightly brighter red highlights on all the fabric. Because I'm trying to build like 2 different layers of red on this bad boy, and it looks like so far we're going pretty good. Like so far we're going pretty good. And nice thing, if I get slightly out of line with these, it'll still look pretty legit. Yeah, I think the big thing is because it's the most popular game, it's just going to get the most bulk people. And there are just like, you know, there are just like nerds out there who are just like lacking social skills and they just like not very empathetic, and you know, they're gonna be way more visible in like a game that's a lot more popular, stuff like that. And like, you know, sometimes that can cause them to sort of like build communities more that way and stuff like that, which can be frustrating as well. I don't think anything specific. It's like how sometimes like D&D can have problems like that too, where it's like, yeah, it's the most popular game we got here at this place, so you're gonna get the quality of player could fluctuate depending on like how loyal they are just to D&D as an idea. How you doing, son? How you doing? Welcome. How you doing, Tokai? How you doing? Welcome. Oh god, I haven't played. The only kid I've ever seen at my LGS continues to be this one that I guess his parents were rich because he showed up with a full corn dragon. I'm like, what the fuck? I think it was like corn dragon and some other armies, and I think he painted them. It's like I don't think it was just like he was given them, but I was like, man, the parents really like you. I'm doing pretty good. Oh yeah, the store. This kid's not the store owner kid where I'm at, but I have seen the store owner kid that does get some stuff. Yeah. The closest I've gotten to that, I usually don't run TRPGs with public people. I've had some like okay helping. I helped a friend of mine run the D&D Adventure League back in 4th edition time. There was some weird stuff. Like there was like a guy who could like for the life of him never remember what anything his character. What the fuck is this? I'm using a speed paint over the metal, and I think it's almost like too. I thought I thinned it down, but apparently not. Oh, okay. So it can be thinned and feathered out in the States. It's not too bad. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm gonna try it. Yeah. Oh god, you did remind me though. I do recall, like, it wasn't quite that or anything. Back in the War Machine days though, I did run into a father-son, like every now and then our shop ran duo games, and there was a father-son combo that were fucking terrifying. Like for anyone who played 2nd edition War Machine, if you remember E. Haley and like it was I think it was not E-Scar. It was like the other, like, really, it was like one of the, there was like she was using some Grixis caster that was like really debilitating. I think it was, I don't know. But yeah, basically their lists were built, like, cause like other people were just like, yeah, I'm just gonna play with my buddy and we're just gonna roll up with like our typical armies. They were coordinated that you would never have any joy. They would just cripple you. It was, sorry, it's not Scar, it's the, sorry, I think, E. Denny. It was E. Denegra and E. Haley in the same tag team list That was, oh god, that was gross. That was a gross fucking list. Me and my friend who were just like, yeah, we're just gonna show up with our regular list. Oh boy. Oh no, we did nothing that game. We did fucking nothing that game. It was not good. So this is my attempt at doing really, really thinned red over a dark metallic. I think I generally like it. I'm curious what it's going to look like post enamel wash, but because of the thinness of this, I am absolutely going to seal this. I ship a player for the longest time. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. I do think getting stomped early on as like a younger and experienced person is like is definitely like a rite of passage thing. But yeah, really on that. Yeah, if I remember, it was there was like something weird with the E Denny ult that I just don't, the feat that turned, I just don't remember. I just don't remember what it did, but I have like a vague recollection that it was like very, very, very crippling. That sounds about right. Hey, let's go. Pushed ahead of your Raven Guard. Hey, let's go. Oh, so not Raven Guard real grade. I was like, yeah, congrats on your guy. How's you doing, Baron? Welcome. Oh wait, what happened? What happened with that game? I think I thought that the gimmick was like Dark Temple, Black Templar were not Codex compliant. Eh? I mean, I don't think I guess I'm confused with the issue then, because like, yeah, you could have like little trophies and stuff. That's not that weird of a deal. But how you doing? Yeah, I feel it was like it was either a ghost walk or it was like one of those turns, like, I forget how ghost walk exactly worked, but I think maybe it was one of those turns where like if you got affected by that, you could only hurt her units with magic for a round. That vaguely sounds right. Like I said, it's been a while since I played like any amount of War Machine 2nd edition. It was not great. I remember P Denny's feat though, which was just everything gets -2, which is still very brutal. So some of those like starter caster feats, like even though like in the context of the game weren't like super broken, I do remember like so many people would go against Krios 1 and they'd be like, so my entire army's knocked down? Yeah. So what do I do then? I'm like, you die. I wasn't playing main off at the time. I was just like, I don't have a better answer for this either, buddy. Either my guys are flying or I die too, so I feel ya. Oh, okay, so that's not that weird. So when you said they weren't Codex compliant, I thought you were implying like, and then I rocked in with like a bunch of just like, I don't know, off like unused units. That seemed like, and I don't mean this as like an insult. Don't take this as an insult. Like that doesn't seem like remarkable in a bad way. Like that, like I'm sure it looked good and everything's cool with it. I would love to see that shit. But like when you said that, I'm like, that doesn't even register as like, why would, like, I don't even know why someone would get upset about that. That feels weird. It'd be like someone calling a judge because like you decide to like use bear helmets on one of your Marines. Like, why? But what? How you doing, Baron? In his defense, he played Ultramarines. No, as a Word Bearers fan, I cannot let that stand. Their tyranny has gone too far. That's fine. Cadia was an act of self-defense. Wait, I can't say that because you're not gonna like that. It's fine. I love saying Cadia is an act of self-defense because it's blatantly wrong on every level. It's so blatantly wrong that for me it wraps around to becoming funny. Like, yeah, no, it wasn't. Obviously, none of the Word Bearers believe that. I think I'm gonna glue him to his base now. Yeah, if you steal the Codex or Codex compliant, that's real and true Patriot facts. Oh wait, I got the nicer glue. What am I doing? I got me one of these little squeezy tubes for the glue for this guy, because I'm getting tired of my Loctite drying in the tube. I'm gonna do it like this. Gonna let him dry a little bit. Yeah, incorporeal, that was it. Yeah, it was, oh, yeah, no, it was fucked. It was like one of those things was like, why would you press, like, you either think magic is way more common in War Machine than it actually was, or you just are going to make me cry. Because like I was playing Legion, there might have been some way to give a Legion Warjack a magic weapon. I feel like there's some like weird corner case you could do that. I don't recall when though, or like what you would do for it. Right. I'm gonna see what happens if I dry brush this like ivory color on him. This guy. How you doing, Legoman? How you doing? How you doing? Aw, buddy, let's go. I have to live vicariously through people who have actual rats. Like Peño's my familiar, he's different, but like let's like this is a rat with no special features or cognitive functions. Cause once again, if I have rats in my house, that might as well be being like hey nanners. I got this steak in this other room. Oh, you can smell that steak all day? Too bad. I'm gonna go pet the steak and I'm gonna go pet you. I couldn't do that to her. Oh yeah, the pirate guy. Yeah, because you could take the pirates and like I do recall a lot of pirates would have like anti-knockdown. I didn't quite. I ran Broadside's Bart for like a very short moment of time when I played War Machine. It was the thing is like my Bart sucked because I had like none of the actual support pieces he needed, but I did just like firing a bunch of cannons a bunch. So I was like, well, this is fine. I never got the actual like cool cannon though. The one that's like the spooky cannon that people would get executed by being strapped to it and they fire a bunch. Like I never got that model. I just never saw that model like for sale ever. Like I don't recall if it was ever sold out or not, but it was just like not available where I was at. So I was just like, well, I guess I'm not getting it. What if this is another model I need to just glue onto a base just for support reasons? Yeah, the Commodore. I never had the Commodore. Well, so the judge ruled in favor with you, I guess? Because, like, there's nothing in any of the comprehensive rules that's a thing you can't do. If you for some reason got written up for that, and I don't know why, you might just want to leave that shop, because I don't think that shop's going to be good for you. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool shop then. Never mind. I was a little worried the way you were phrasing it. I was like, yeah, no. Like, yeah, it's like, it's a fucking... The fucking battlefield deck. It's a decoration, my guy. Why are you getting upset? Something like this. Then I can kind of fully hug the curves later. So you're drying. What do I want to do for you, buddy? It's got like a lot of little areas that I didn't really do much with. I could... Okay, he just really is missing a lot of his shirt. He's just missing a lot of his shirt. So it just sounds like that guy's gonna get like kicked from the shop then. So at least it'll be a problem that'll sort itself out. Yeah, I'm always in that point of my life where it's like, boy, I would be excited. I'm once again, I'm very lucky too. My group typically paints their models, which feels nice. We paint our models. We play on tables with terrain. Feels very good. Feels very good. So which is very good. Once again, I'm very thankful for my group. Everyone in my group is very cool. That is why I do not have free Sundays anymore, because I play games at the shop. But I enjoy the games at the shop though, so that's fine. But I'm trying to figure out like how far up the side does the red go. I think I need to go back and like retouch up this dude a lot, but it feels like he needed that touch up anyway, so I'm not like super worried about it. I'm gonna be a little sloppy on this, but that's fine. See. But Okay, that's confusing though, because like if someone's been playing since Rogue Trader, you could basically do whatever the fuck. Like Rogue Trader was just such a weird, messed up game anyway. Though I don't know why anyone like I can understand maybe like not digging the pink Necrons or whatever, but like the idea of having like a fun little customization to your character for a Rogue Trader era player feels strange. How you doing, Mikey? I do be painting again. I paint all the time. I do be painting all the time. I never stop. I'm painting actively with my feet as we speak. Why am I painting with my feet? I'll never tell. No, I kind of wish I could, because A, that would be a fun talent, but B, I would just get double the things done. I don't know how that would work though, because it's not like I'm like really looking at that. They got... The super enemies have spells? What the fuck is happening? At least I'm okay. I'm okay with Deathjack having spells, because like, you know, the whole like soul collection thing you just mentioned. They gave spells to the... And like, I did see that there's like an Orgoth dragon, because... God. I do love the way that like Privateer Press or now Steamforged Games likes to pour the salt directly into my wounds, where they're like, yes. You know who deserves a dragon? Orgoth. It's going to be a Robo Dragon, so you're not going to want it anyway, but I just want you to know, we're going to be very active about promoting the fact that we got a cool dragon in our game now. You motherfucker, how dare. How dare. I do play video games. I'll be actually playing video games on... Oh yeah, somebody was asking me what... it was Steve. It was, It's M-R-O-I Mroy? I've heard it was... It's a game that was recommended to me a lot. And from what I understand, the gist is... Are you guys familiar with, like, LSD Dream Simulator? Moroi is very much like that, but I was kind of told it's like Moroi, but, like, more done by a schizophrenic. Which is, yeah. That sounds like my kind of jam. Sounds like my kind of jam. Oh, okay, for people who don't... I guess at this point, LSD Dream Simulator's not as popular as it used to be. It's a very hard to find, but like it's easy to emulate a Japanese PS1 game. Where the idea is, it's basically just like, it's not even really a game per se. It is a dream simulator. So like, your character would just continuously like kind of like experience these like little like micro worlds and just like wake up the next day and then just kind of repeat. I don't think there was ever an end. Maybe you could go like 80 days or something like that. I don't know. But it would also do some things where it's like the music was kind of like made in a very novel way where it would kind of like, I don't think it was like full random, but it would do something to kind of like mix up the tunes so it wasn't, they could get a lot more music on there and also kind of like really make that kind of like unsettling, like you don't know what you're going to be getting in this one. The funny thing is like, I have actually not played LSD myself. Maybe that's what I'll do is like, I fully don't know how long this game is going to be. So my backup was probably going to be Space Funeral, but you know what? Thinking about it now, I should also just get LSD. This was like a backup game, so that way it's like if Moroi is just like actually only 30 minutes, and then if LSD is only like 30 minutes of fun, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. But like, it seems like it could be cool though. It seems like it could be cool. But, yeah, I remember, yeah, Baron was in the game, big if true. But, what's going on with this? But yeah, I don't know, this is a game that's been, I think somebody posted it in the recommended channel, I had a couple other people who are like, Hal, you like weird shit? Because I think I am, I do think a lot of people who know me are like, how you like weird shit, right? Or like, it's usually like, how you like weird shit, how you like Warhams, or how you like TRPGs. And the answer to all those is yes, so usually whenever people like open up with that, I'm like, alright, what you got? Like looking for where the hand starts on this model. Because I want these to all be rubbery. Because I want these to be like rubberized gloves. I'm probably gonna do the same thing I did with my what's it called? Like I did try to do what's it? Oh yeah, when I did the, I can't remember what they were called. It was like the Chinese fan setting thingy. Or like all of his art, all his guys had this kind of like cool, like kind of like satin sheen to it because it just kind of looked like everything was sort of like wrapped in like a kind of like defensive plastic or whatever like that. Yeah. Let's see. Here, it looks like it's going pretty well on this. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Yeah, I think it's happened for a lot of stuff where they're like, we could probably try this out, and like, oh yeah, no, it works, but it's not consistent. It do be like that though. I'm not sure exactly what color I want this bar to be, so I'm just gonna. Oh god, I'll deal with that later. The real question is, are you like dried, buddy? Hey, there we go. Still feel like I'm a little mixed on how the armor turned out. But it is one of those things that if I need to fuck with it later, I can. So I'm not like super worried about it. Let's get a little bit of this darker. Oh yeah. I was like, what? I was like, I need this darker red for a reason. I don't recall what that reason was. So go in here and try to get like a little bit more on this little flappy bit. Nope. What's a mycology event like? I think it'd just be fun just to go there just because, like, I do like the way mushrooms taste a lot. So I have to imagine, like, a big mycology event. They're, like, probably got some, like, fucking, like, mushroom burgers and stuff. Ooh, let's go. Like, I'm not even, like, a vegetarian, but, like, a good mushroom burger. A good mushroom burger does fuck. Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense that only Death Jack still has spells. Still buck wild. I guess it's like the side effect of doing the so when you do the trial for the what's it called? I think when you do the trial version for the War Machine 3D printable stuff, I think they just sign you up for he's 20, Jesus Christ, okay. I think they just sign you up for this like general marketing email, so I just get like a lot of like, hey, Old Umbre's coming out. I'm like, cool, okay. Yeah, the growing kits seem neat. I keep seeing, like, every now and then I'm like, do I want to grow oyster mushrooms? That would be fun. 20 points is... So I know that the value of points have fluctuated very much over the years. I feel like 20 points is a lot, because isn't it still basically like 35 is like the typical, like, this is an army? Like, that feels buck wild. That feels buck wild. Is still building up a little bit of red on that back, which it looks like I'm going pretty okay with. I guess it really is just continuously just hitting this. Oh, am I basically just accidentally glazing the cloak? Yeah, I think so. Now I gotta be careful though, because if I flick too hard, I will. Oh, why did I do this? I did it. Oh, I know I did this. I did this because I do like the stability of the base. The stability of the base is really, really handy for me personally. So I gotcha. I crave something to grip onto when I paint. Like, I know I could do that thing where you, like, drill stuff into the bottom. Yeah, they took away caster points, and I think, like, they made it so, like, didn't they also make it, like, 5-man squads are sort of, like, the big, like, that's more like the typical infantry size. I know they definitely tried to cut down on the, like, yeah, this is infantry machine was sort of the name of the game in all the editions I've ever played. I think third maybe tamp that down a little bit, but I don't know about like to what degree or if that's even true. That could just be cope from what I understand. Look at you, buddy. Look at that blend. I'm also just realizing that eventually when I do decide to enamel wash, though I've learned my lesson. I don't think I'm using any army painter paints on him, but I don't care. I'm going to. I still got the mom look from yesterday and some other guys. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna go. If I need to take like a 5-minute break on stream just to go outside, quickly hit them with a burst of like matte varnish and then go back in and then do the enamels, I think that'd be fine. I think that would be fine. If it gets me the look that I want, I'm willing to do that. There we go. Just need to continue to make that brighter. Maybe I do a dry brush on the what's it called? Maybe I do a dry brush on the scroll. I don't know. Type of mushroom that doesn't need oxygen. Oh, ooh, that'd be kind of fun though. I do like that idea because I'd love to have like a wooden crate and then like you know if I have just like a plastic bottle instead of just throwing the trash, it'd be like here's one for my hungry little lads, and I just throw them the very very chewy bottle, and just maybe one day look in there and well there's no more bottle anymore. Wow, cool. That sounds fun. Now mind you, I'm sure those are incredibly expensive or whatever, but like conceptually that sounds really neat. On paper that sounds really really cool. Get this a little brighter. And there we go. Forging. Oh yeah. Forging's one of those hobbies that I've seen people do, and that seems neat. But it's like, yeah, you gotta know. You definitely gotta like out of everything, you definitely gotta know your shit for forging, or you're gonna fucking die. But if you do know your shit, hey, the delicious snacks of the woods, yippee! They crave it, the wood snacks. Looks like just like a little bit of paint over on the metal, but I actually don't think it's gonna be. It's subtle enough I can get away with it. I think I can get away with not doing that. It's like, mayhaps today I will eat one angel trumpet as a treat. Oh no. That's like one of those ones where you basically die like insane and screaming. I forget exactly what goes in that. I know there's like a couple of mushrooms where like if that happens, it's like, oh yeah, no, your last moments on Earth are not going to be nice. I do got that. I do have that bookmark somewhere. At least I think I do. Bit of highlighting for all these just a bit. Let me double check that. I mean, here's the thing. I would probably read it and then not do anything with it, because, like, you know, how's my heat? I was getting heat blasted. There we go. The cover does look really fun. For context, I need to put the cover on screen because it is really good. Like it's kind of perfect. Like here's the cover. So you got you know, big old oyster mushroom, a guy who's like mischievous. This is not a malicious guy. This is a mischievous guy. He's got that expression energy, but he does not have the malice of a Neil Breen. Neil Breen has anger in his heart. This guy only has whimsy. He only has whimsy. So I do not wish to be mean to author name that I now shrunk because I want to use a little bit of this paint before it dries up. A bit more on the cloak. I got this glaze going. I need to use more matte medium for my glazes because it's really nice. I guess I could kind of leave the interior like I was gonna make it a little redder, but I probably like no one can really see that angle anyway. So if it's just dark, I don't think it's even gonna be that big of a deal. Can I also glaze like the hand? I think the metal I'm not super jazzed about. I'm not super jazzed about the metal. However, that just means I could just go over with another layer, which I might just do that. Is it dried up? It's still okay. It's a little wet. No, that's not true. It's dried up entirely. All right. Let me put a little bit more. Put a little bit more slaughter red in maybe just like a little bit of matte medium. Ah, fuck! No, buddy. Oh god, Why do Lord Rockbottom sounds familiar. God, that name sounds familiar. I wish I could remember. Wish I could remember who he is. Images. Oh, he's the itty bitty guy. Yay! I forgot about you. I just remember there was like the big fat guy with the tattoos, and he would just fight with beer bottles, and he had Weapon Master because it's War Machine. Who gives a shit? There we go. There we go. I like how this is like War Machine's not that old of a game, but I see a picture like this, I'm like, oh god, this like you know how you can like look at like the quality of a photo and be like, oh yeah, no, that's kind of on the older side. Okay, I'll put her in front of Marie Kondo. That's fine. There we go. Hey, also Nintendo, have yourself a nice sleep and take it easy, yo. Have a good rest. So let me try. I'm curious. Oh yeah, no, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Apparently the secret sauce for this was actually just to add matte medium and nothing to do with the actual speed paint stuff. Yeah, Bloody Bread again. There we go. God, the nice thing is, like, in addition to, like, I still have, like, a couple of my War Machine books, but I actually don't think I ever bought too many of the actual books themselves because the models came with rules. But I still have the one for the Legion of Ever. I actually really like the Cyrus one. I just find that book is a really interesting read because you're kind of learning about, like, it's effectively, like, a mostly benevolent secret cult where it's like they're not like outright malicious in the grand scheme of things for the setting. They're not particularly evil, but like they're also like actively mobilizing, going to war for religious reasons. You also got there's like it was a like Axiom or whatever. He was basically for the concept and War Machine for this is the cult of Cyrus basically. It's been a while. I think they basically worship a galaxy, but they think it's a goddess. I forget exactly how accurate that was, but their big thing is sort of like transferring their souls into clockwork like bodies, right? But there was one of their kind of like main Warcaster dudes is this dude with two big old fuck off hammers, and he's like, you know, really into this war thing, and he's like one of the leaders, but he's actually realizing like I'm getting old. My brain is like, you know, I'm wearing out. I think I'm too crazy. Or like not stable enough that they're gonna put me into one of these robot coffins. Oh god. And like I don't even know if it's gonna if I remember, I don't even think it's a thing where he's like, maybe if I murder extra hard they'll let me in. I think it's more like I know I'm not gonna get let in, but I'm going to keep like I'm, you know, this is what I know and this is the only thing I can do, so I'm gonna do it. How you doing, Fuber? How you doing? It's been a very War Machine nostalgia day, and I've been here for it. Also, I think this next coat of the paint is actually doing really, really good for the metal stuff. Very fun. Oh, can I get that? Can I get that other foot? That is. Oh, okay. It's mostly available. There we go. Get the side. I can. Let's go. Yeah, the application of force, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it pretty much was just like, what is your specialty? I hit stuff with hammers. Fuck yeah, buddy, let's go. Dangerous thing mimics a safe one just to be an asshole. I feel like there is gonna be some instances of that. But yeah. For the new images? No explanation. Cool Mushroom book, really silly 40k book. Game I'm gonna be playing on Thursday. Fabius Bile and his backpack that fucks, and little War Machine, little halfling guy. Go. I need to figure out what color I want to use for the scroll. I think like a dry brush would actually look really, really good on that. I got a bit of red on there. I still got a bit of red on there. So I gotta fix that first. Then I can dry brush it. Alright. That, well, that's doing that. You, buddy, do you need a... Oh, yeah, I can get a little bit of his dick cloth. There we go. Yeah, it's also really cool. I really, so, like, once again, I'm explaining War Machine logic to people and stuff. In the game, like, you typically had your Warcaster, and they had, like, focus and stuff like that, and they would they would direct your robots and you'd give them basically magic punch juice so the robots would punch real good. And that was because deep down, every robot in the setting had a cortex, which is more or less like a robot computer brain. Cyrus doesn't like that. I think it's Cyrus, yeah. I'll say Convergence because I always fuck up the name. Convergence doesn't like those. So they basically are entirely puppeted by their warcasters. However, because of the way they're built, they take on the the accuracy and the in melee and range of whoever's controlling them. So you actually can get some like really neat shit where like they behave differently on the tabletop depending on who's piloting, which I thought was really, really neat. Yeah, they're also really funny that they're like, we find gunpowder to be too chaotic and random. We do not like that. You know what we do like? Springs! That's not a bit. They really, really like springs because you can theoretically, according to the logic of the setting, it's very, whatever. Yeah, they would have like flechette rounds and like spring-loaded like impaler spears and stuff like that. Yeah, and like some like sometimes the robots would get some sapience, like a little bit. They're basically kind of like almost like the 40K idea of like the machine spirit, where it's like, okay, the tank isn't alive, but there's like there's like a little bit of something in there. I think some of the other character jacks are a lot more something in there, especially because Death Jack just be doing like fat reels of souls. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody loves the boing. Yeah, they get a bit more something. But yeah, if I remember right, Convergence didn't have character jacks. I don't know if that changed later in the game, like if there was like an exception or something, but at least at the time when I was playing, there were no Convergence character jacks because the idea was just totally anathema to them, which I thought was really cool. I really, really, really like that expression of like, it's deep. So it's kind of that like ideal, like this is an expression of like lore within mechanics, but it's done in a way that like is not just like, oh, you roll a d6, you punch yourself in the dick, teehee. It's more like, oh no, it's like a functional game thing, but you can really feel it, like the intent behind it. That's kind of thing. It's like, I didn't mind the fact that War Machine got very tournamenty, but like it was never really my favorite part of it. There's a lot of like legitimately like really flavorful implementations of mechanics that just worked, but I think it's because they worked very, very well that people like, yeah, no, this is a solid competitive game. We'll continue to do this. How you doing, Big Baka Ham? How you doing? I'm working on several Trench Crusade minis today, and it's going very, very well. Ooh, look at that shiny boy. Oh, fuck, wait, I just realized I'll be using a matte varnish on this guy, so it's not even gonna fucking matter. It's whatever. I could use a satin varnish, I guess. Whatever. Also, Nintendo, have yourself a good night. Take it easy. I guess I'll still get a color to this, and if I need to satin it up a little bit later, I can. There was no thoughts for some of this. A good dry brush for the scroll. Yeah, Old Rowdy was one. Oh god. I know Thunderhead was a character jack who's also got one of the big ones. I don't remember much about him. It's there's like those are the like little bits that's kind of falling out of my brain. Oh yeah, Behemoth was fun because it. Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Keep hitting the scroll up with this very, very light dry. I don't know what color this was. I think this is the original tan I was using, but I mixed it with some brown earlier. Yeah, didn't Behemoth have like a weird thing where it had two cortexes? It had like one dedicated to the. Hey, speaking about like shoulder-mounted cannons, I had so like I actually like I was the Legion guy. My friend was the Crix guy, and I inevitably inherited his Crix when he moved out of country. One of my friends was a Maenoth guy. Another one of my friends was Khador, and then I had a Troll guy as a friend. We had like even in my own like direct friend group, we had a pretty good spread. That's nice. You should absolutely do that. You know, even kind of just going like a little scratchy on this. Pretty legit. There we go. His court summons are here. Yeah, no, I fucked up on the back of 80-bit. Yeah, because I remember right, you could like allocate focus separately to those if I remember right. Because it's been a hot minute, so I'm willing to bet some of the details fell out of my brain, but it's cool. How is like a 1v1 campaign treating you? I'm curious if that like, you know, like does that potentially open up like snowballing? There we go, there we go, there we go. But yeah, I've been feeling like I can't look at. Luckily, I was like, I can't look at old War Machine stuff to pick up. I was like, oh yeah, no wait, I don't got to. I have old War Machine stuff. Like I said, too dark, not too bad though. Don't want to start writing. I do inevitably need to like write. I do need to make an attempt of writing something on there. I don't think I'm gonna do fancy calligraphy script because I'm not on Mantis. I will make an attempt at something though. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, snowballing with bad dice luck, like that might be one of those things. If it gets too bad, you might just want to be like, we might just want to redo this campaign. It's like just cap off a winner and then just do another one. I don't think that'd be too bad. I got this like really pointy brush. When's Rosemary and Company's? I kind of want to write guilty. Oh fuck! Hold on. Yeah, yeah, some of the late stuff is kind of buck wild. Okay, that reads guilty. I'm okay. Actually, let me. You know, I actually don't think I've tried doing matte medium with this to like make it a little like I don't want it to be like watery runny, but I do need like a little bit of. Oh, there we go. There we go. Guilty, 2 lines. And then I'm thinking like... Oh boy, sorry, I'm getting real quiet because I'm trying to do like script, and this is always the hardest shit for me. Like a cross? Maybe... I'll do that kind of like fake... That fake little scroll thing. Do you think my like fake little writing has gotten a lot better though? I used to be way worse at it. I need to make the actual like cross itself a little bigger though. See, add a little bit there. I think it's turned out pretty good though. Oh yes, yes. Thank you for the glasses. I need that. Sorry. Yeah, I'm locking the fuck in. Go, man. Go, and just kind of keep writing. I am really happy with the script, especially because I'm greatly enjoying that I'm just making it smaller and smaller and smaller, and just it's still going. Like it's like. I want it to go over the lip. Just keep on going. I'm sure some of this might be distorted by the inevitable like wash and stuff. Okay, there we go. You know what? I feel pretty good about this. I think the only thing I might do is like maybe add like a little bit. I fucked up the wide. No. Okay, hold on. Is it possible to go back? what can I do? What can I do? Let me see. Canceled. Yeah, a lot of people were saying, assuming that. I like using that. I think I can go back. Well, the thing I was thinking about doing is maybe just getting like a little bit of the like just getting a little bit of the original like color and just kind of like reshaping the top of the Y. I think if I do it like... So I'm going to bring this close to my face. Go, man. So basically what I'm doing is I'm bringing this close to my face. Take the original color. I think it's working. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, we got it. Let's go. Okay, it's still going to be kind of hard to see, but I was able to, like, straighten the T just slightly and also get the Y. I'm at the point... no, I'm not doing it. I'm not putting a fucking Zoomer meme on my thing. What are you talking about? No. I'm not 7. All right, let me do... Let's see. I would rather do 69 than 67. Right. Just right, like Kilroy was here or something. I want to add a little bit more red. He has his all the serpents and a great beast are dying of ligma, and he's here to save them. Let's see. A little bit of this. I mixed really, really thin glaze. To use this for like particular bits. The thing is, like, he's inherently got like a little bit of trim. I like almost like maybe I should just leave the trim itself like slightly brighter than the rest of it. It'd be fun. I'm also expecting that maybe eventually the enamel will fuck a lot of us up. Okay with that. If that happens, I'm okay with that. Alright, what do I need to do? Okay, there's really one thing. I need to go back and like touch those little bits up. The B-movie script. Honestly, that would probably do gangbusters if somebody did a like some transfers of the B-movie script. That I could see that doing well. Make sure I got like a bunch of water on the tip of my brush, and I don't want that to leak on. Let's see. Locking it again. So just gonna go in there, just gotta hit that up a little bit. God, I would love to. So like originally for my communicant, I did try to write the Navy. I translated the Navy SEALs copy pasta into Latin, and I made an attempt to add the script to it, but it was just didn't really work. Like it was cool, and the end result I'm pretty happy with, but like you could not tell any of that was like actually Latin at any given point. I don't regret it though. I will say at the end of the day, I do not regret that choice. Sorry, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've had to do. I kind of forgot. I forget that Simlish is a language. Like I know it's like a fake language for The Sims, but like it's one of those ones that like every now and then I get reminded it exists. I'm like, oh yeah, they actually did do like a full thing for that, didn't they? A little bit more of the actual color on here. Trying to be like really precise because I know. It's funny because like this is like he's like a pretty like I said like pretty like mono color. There's like really not a huge lot of color variety. Like this is where it lives at. Color is stored in the powdered wig. There we go, and then There we go. 16. What are you nerds doing? It's a normal model count list. It depends. A lot of people I know near me go really, really machine armor heavy. So you'll end up with like 2 machine armor guys, a lieutenant machine armor, and then maybe like a sniper priest and like 1 or 2 yeoman dorks. I forget how much that translates into like early like Ducat lists, but that probably wouldn't be like a bad base to start out with. Like vanilla New Antioch, get yourself at least like a machine armor guy to be your lieutenant, and then 1 just to be like a dude with a grenade launcher. That probably gets you reasonably far. Okay, there we go. No, that's not true. It's not true. I'm not done yet. There's like 1 little dot. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so here is plan. Here is plan. So I think everything is good here. No, fuck. I don't know what keeps happening. I keep like looking at this, this one off to the side. I feel like I keep painting at it, but maybe it's because I'm like being super duper cautious because, you know, I don't want to kill. Sorry. All right, I got that. Yeah, that sounds about right. But I know you can do, if you do like the Chua list, like those are going to have a lot more yeomen. But that's just because that is like the designated, like this is the yeoman spam. All right, here's what I'm thinking. So, where's my, so, you guys might remember this fine lad from, Sunday. This guy, yippee! So he has been recovered after his accident. Those guys, I got these 2 lads. They are like pretty close. Like I think what's going to happen with them is I'm going to seal them, enamel wash them, and then probably do some touch-ups. But so I'm going to yoink this motherfucker, put him on there. On my G-Dubs priming stick, which I don't get to show very often because, for context, this is layers upon layers of calcified paint. I've owned this for like 6 years now. I have not stripped the paint once. There's plastic deep underneath. Oh, I want to try a thing. I want to try a thing real quick. Hold on. I got a knife. Well, this is what happens if you just prime and prime and prime and prime and prime. So I got a knife. So let's just see what happens for fun if I was just to go like... Nothing. Not even worried about fucking this up. This will self-seal. See, there we go. You can kind of see like how deep. Yeah. So normally, don't buy this. Don't buy this. This isn't like, you know. Oh. So this is what you can use. You can just use a fucking like, you know, just like goofy little stick. You can just use a goofy little stick. But like I bought this because I was stupid because so the thing they sell you on is like, see these little nubbins? Yeah. Yes, this is a Games Workshop holder. The idea of this is that you're supposed to put rubber bands around the nubbins to hold the mini in place. That's stupid. It's wrong. It stops the base from being primed. It's because I've used this like almost constantly for 6 years. One of these days, you know what? Here's my promise to you. When I become Twitch partner, I will do a video of me stripping the paint from this. But not all the way. I want to do it like, if you ever see like an infomercial, I'm going to do half. I'll strip the paint from half of it. That is my promise. Get me to partner and I will let you look at horrors beyond your comprehension. Yippee! Anyway, I'm going to take a quick idle break and prime them. Not prime them, seal them real quick. So, I'll be your bee. Hit the button. Wow, there we go. That's okay. If the ancient evil comes, it'll get me, not all of you nice people. I have returned! Hey, let me set the lads down. They're still... Sit around in my fancy chair. And let's put on my my fancy hat, also known as headphones. Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have returned. So the lads have been matte varnished. Didn't use testers or anything. I just used like the army painter stuff. So not particularly harsh matte varnish. So that's pretty good. Hey, yeah, let me get you the Nanners fan club. I did do the wizard voice. I love the wizard voice. It's great. This is what I'm talking about. That like eventually I would love to be a part of like a voice acting project, but I would just want to be like, "Dare you into my magical realm?" I would just want to do that. I want to do that instead. Yeah, Nanners. It's my snake Nanners. If you do not know, this is Nanners. She is Snake. She is doing very good. She's enjoying her new hide. She ate still fairly recently, so she's just big chilling. I just think it's only a matter of time before I gotta clean her cage out. And yeah, typical snake ownership things. She's doing good. Let me use a funky little command. Use a funky little command. Let's see, does anything change? Nope. Alas, Minidal, you are still the vice president, but also welcome to the senior rank of the official Manners fan club. And let's do Sadie. We'll do that. Everybody just realizes I don't pronounce anything right. No one holds it against me. It's fine. I say that authoritatively because I don't know. But yes, welcome Sadie to Sadie _ I gotta say you by your full Christian name. Welcome to the freshman rank of the official Nanners fan club. Yeah. Oh, okay. If you don't know either, I feel way better. Yeah, that's the funny thing. So this is clipped during a stream. So every now and then I'll see my tail. I'm like, what the fuck? No, I'm elf mode. I'm elf mode today. Also, another weird thing that I just gotta realize. Why am I small? Like, why am I not? I could at least go this big, you know. I could go way bigger. I got room on my own Nanners fan club. Let me embiggen myself. Look at me. Wow. There we go. It's like one of those things too. A lot of VTubers just do like fun little they just like take pictures of themselves and put them on the webs, and it's funny because I'm a VTuber. I should be doing that. That does look like fun, but I just never think to do it. I think it's despite being an internet figure, like a public internet figure, my brain is also still very much configured in that just appropriate levels of posting in a moment. Like why am I doing this? There are literally no rules for anything I want to do. Oh, yeah. So while they're okay, they're drying, but I think it's going to be a bit. Yeah. Well, not even an OPSEC thing. I mean, just taking VTuber model shots just for fun, just playing around. I think it's because some constantly this is gonna be like a weird cut. Do you guys ever see those images of on the internet where it's like men take photo, women take photo, with a face in front of thing? Sometimes I feel about that for VTubing stuff where it's just like Usually I just post pictures of stuff I like. It's like I could just put me in them more. Like there's legitimately people on Instagram who have liked my stuff and are like, I respect you as a painter, Hal. And they have no idea that I'm a VTuber, and part of me does enjoy the irony of that. I do enjoy the irony of someone's like, wait, what the fuck? You've been a VTuber this whole time? Like, yeah. Which is bad because, you know, I shouldn't hide that. I enjoy being a VTuber. I think there it's kind of interesting though because it's a very different atmosphere, pretty much. Oh, get you on there, Oni, real quick. Let me get this brown stick real quick. There we go. All right, let's get you on an Enders fan club while the iron is still slightly warm. There we go. Yeah, and also I got my cat ears out because, you know, as one does. And oh, you went to junior. Fuck yeah, let's go. Let me get you updated on there. Let me get you updated on there. Control. There we go. Get me hitting buttons. One of these days I need to like automate that. So like there's a software called Sammy that I've been meaning to look at for a while, but apparently there's like a big drama thing going on where like somebody assumed direct control of the project and things are getting weird. So I don't know. Maybe there's a Sammy alternative out there. That would be nice. Who knows? But yeah, Oni no Akeru, welcome to the junior rank of the official Nairs fan club. And let me update the button so you can maintain a stronger lock on your your treasury. Or there we go. There we go. All right, let's go. I think those lads are gonna be close, but they're still drying a wee bit. What do you need, buddy? What do you need, my sweet and precious lad who is mostly spikes and sadness? Honestly, not a lot. Like, I could definitely tell some places like I fucked up his neck, and I think I overpainted on a couple of like the little like things, like the little like the spikes and whatnot. So yeah, I could just do that. I could continue to do that. Let's see what brown. I have so many browns. What's to choose? I'll do Brigadine Brown, and I guess I'll just unify. Not unify everything. If he's got inconsistent browns on his rusty fucking shades and whatnot, that's probably a feature, not a bug. There we go. So we got this fine lad. Imposter syndrome, pilled and fella coated. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't know if it's like a full on imposter syndrome thing. I don't know. I always feel like my little corner of the VTubing space is a very weird one, so I don't have a lot of reference points for what I should be doing for most things in life. Just look at that, my print. Oh god, yeah, no, that's oh, hot dog does sound good right now. I haven't had a hot dog. Oh, okay, so that's not too bad. Oh no. Yeah, if you like, listen, if you have inconsistent browns more than 3 Taco Bell visits in, you should probably go to your doctor. These ones I could. So he's also got, oh god, I do it. It's like little bits, so little bits under the chain. Which if I stick with this main brown though, if I stick with this brown, and then like maybe go back and hit up that like interior with some of the flesh color, yeah, that would be good. I mean, My Little VTuber. Oh, is that the My Little Pony? Oh, okay. Still have very little pony knowledge, so it's like I was like, oh yeah. All my knowledge of that show is from cultural osmosis, really. What do you mean? Hold on. Back the fuck up. What do you mean a jar of hot dog? I'm not used to hot dogs coming in jars. What? Explain. Explain, please. What do you mean? What do you mean hot dog in the jar? You can't just drop hot dog in the jar on me and say nothing. I need to know. I'm a curious boy. I must know why hot dog in the jar. Yeah, I've heard it was a decent show. I watched I was visiting some family and they had kids and it was on and I was like, it was like. Yeah, but you could put them in like a sealed container. I don't know. Maybe I don't know why I'm hung up on the jar bit. I don't know why my brain is like, no, Hal, you can't let that go. But yeah, I remember like the funny thing is I watched like 3 episodes because it was on, and the whole time I was like, I think I keep having the same because I had the same instance when I watched the Lorax too, and I saw the Onceler, And like the actual Onceler, not the internet Onceler. I'm like, is that it? This is the thing that like brain warps so many people. It's this. And for like My Little Pony, it was like, yeah, this is a show for kids. It's totally fine. I think the Onceler hit me harder too, because I was like, I knew that the rest of the movie I don't think was supposed to be particularly good, because like that was the reason why people only focus on him. I was like, man, this character has to have something. This has to have like some sauce behind him. And it was like, no. Like for me, all the stuff that I thought like the what's it called? Like the Warden in Super Jail was how I thought the Onceler was gonna be. Like I thought he was gonna be like way more manic and buck wild, but no. Surprisingly, no. Huh. Okay, so I guess I still not seen hot dogs in a jar, but I guess it's not like, it's not the weirdest container for them. Again, I also don't know why I'm fixated on this, but this is the thing this is what's been bugging me with this, guys. I gotta get like here-ish. Just kind of forego any bit of precision, because I need to reach stuff at his neck while I'm at it. Do like this guy though. This was kind of like a joke. Well, I mean, he's serious. If I don't play any Trench Pilgrim armies where he will be used, because this is honestly probably one of my biggest disappointments with Trench Crusade, is that you see these guys who explode, right? And you're like, oh, they're gonna be like that looks like fun, but they're like, they don't do that much damage when they explode, and you gotta deliver them. And if it's like a campaign, they'll explode and you'll lose money, because like, you pay for your troops. And if he explodes and he dies, you just lose all that cash. It feels really, the big thing is you get them, like, sometimes you'll just like go in a campaign and they'll be like, oh, you found like a storeroom. You found a storeroom filled with stuff. Roll to see what stuff you get. Sometimes you can just roll like, yo, there's a whole ass bomb boy in there. At that point, it's fine, but yeah, like the idea that like that, but if you don't play campaigns very often, this guy will basically never hit a table, and that's really sad. A spike or no? I just painted. It's like the endless tug of war between like missing a detail and like recatching it on him, like accidentally overpainting a bit. There we go. My knowledge of like canned pies from like that general region is wild, because like I do remember there was a Goonhammer article called Meat Watch, and it's a joke on Meta Watch, and it's like I was like, oh, this is fine, this is whatever. But they did one on canned British meats, and it ends with like, what was the name of the pie? It's like a Frey Bentos or whatever, and the description of that. Okay, so I need to explain this, because this is the phrase gooning has changed in recent years. Goonhammer was was and will be a website about competitive, like technically it's about competitive Warhammer, but they got like a good spread. They talk about like smaller games and like historicals and stuff like that. No, I'm pretty sure like a lot of other Goon related things on the internet, I think they just came out of Something Awful. I think they're just like classic like Something Awful goons. Like I vaguely recalled, like they mentioned it, there was like, they hit like a big like post threshold, and I think there was an origin story that I totally do not remember the exact details. But I think it's like one of those things that like they were just on the forums and just like posting their battle reports and stuff, and then they just kind of made it into a business. Yeah, I do know the Goon Sack. That's the bagged wine. I do recall that. No, this is arguably, like, a lot of times if you see the word goon, not gooning, but goon, it's probably referring to something that's derived from Something Awful. Like, I know what modern internet is like now, but that is there's like a lot of places with origins from like I never got onto Something Awful back in the day, just like that, like same thing with like I never really got into Homestar Runner. And it was never like the fact that like I would like not fit in there or anything. It's just by sheer cosmic happenstance I just missed out. What do you want to do for this? I was thinking like a green. Like I want to do this like green and then make it shiny. Can we me do a Darkring and build up. Yeah, let me do a Darkring and build up there. Yeah, Goon Swarm from Eve. There's probably a couple of others. Like I'm those like Goon Hammer and Goon Swarm are sort of the two big ones off the top of my head. I'm sure there's other places, but it's also one of those things too that like once again I was not like on something awful at all, but like I do know that like a lot of people who were on something awful and were like influential. Enough time has passed that like that sort of like era of internet culture is becoming like faded. Like now people are finding about that via like video essays instead of just like general internet knowledge. Now it's like a fun fact. Is that a thing? It made me think of crab rangoons though, which is not related to something awful, but are very delicious. Crab rangoons do be delicious. I mean, it's hard not to be delicious. It's literally just like sour, like sour cream and like filling inside of a funky little shell. I do love me a funky little shell. Me and snails have one thing in common, is we both love ourselves a funky little shell. Also like shells, like snails, I can fire calcified darts if I feel like it. So, fuck out. Just the fuck out. Yeah, old Wild West internet's neat. I do miss it. I'm kind of just, realize like that that era is gone and it's sad, but that's why that's like, I don't know. I try to be the things that I remember about older internet and kind of like maintain my life that way in a relatively positive way. A lot of older internet stuff can be kind of dumb. But what the fuck is cram cheese? Now you're making shit up. That's not real. Cram cheese isn't real. You're making up fake things for me. I appreciate it. This is me, John Hypnospace. Maybe I might need to restream that again. What happened is I got through the first chapter of Hypnospace Outlaw, liked it. I recall getting stuck on a puzzle. There's like a second puzzle. There's like a second area where you get like sucked into like a fake video, like a fake fantasy game in Hypnospace. And I think it was like 4 hours in, and I was like tired. I just could not find where I needed to go. And that doesn't happen super often, but like whenever I'm playing a video game on stream and I get like hard stuck like that, I feel immensely bad. I'm like, oh no, as an entertainer, I am not entertaining. I am just getting lost. And I think I was only originally planning to do one stream of that anyway, though maybe I'll go back. I also vaguely recall that they're working on a similar version for like early 2000s internet as opposed to Hypnospace, which is more like late 90s, early like basically I think they're going to try to do like a MySpace era version of Hypnospace, or they were, and I don't recall what the status of that is right now. Hey, let's go. Again, I've heard nothing but good things about Greg's, but also like I know like friends around that region that straight up will buy like Greg's socks. Like just Greg's branded things just because Greg's has apparently got really strong branding. Like good for them, good for them. I've never went to my breakfast sandwich establishment of choice and be like, I'm gonna buy merch now. But again, I actually don't know what my breakfast sandwich. I think Dunkin' has been generally good to me for breakfast sandwiches, but like it's like I never go there like during like normal times. It's always like I'm on a trip somewhere, I'll go to Dunkin'. Yeah, I didn't know there's a hoodie, but I'm not too surprised by that. Not too surprising, so it's got fairly good. Just need to get, well, basically all that blue just needed another coating, which I think once I get all this blue, also just he's got these like little lumps in the back. I'll need to do something with that. Yeah, same. I've heard that it's like, as somebody from glorious Burgerland, that the general consensus seems to be like, as an American or like someone not from that region, you'll go to Greg's, you'll be like, is that it? And they'll be like, yeah. Is Subway? No, I don't know. So like, okay, here's my reasoning for this. In the US right now, out of all the sub chains, Subway is definitely the weakest. It was the one that's probably at one point really was at the highest heights, but now I think a lot of people will do more like Jimmy John's or like Mike's Subs or a couple of others. Those are the ones you would go to if you're looking for a sub chain. However, every American fast food restaurant is better abroad. That just seems to be a sad fact that like everybody else gets better quality versions of what we get than us. So like maybe Subway where you're at's going to be decent. And like if I was at a Subway and it was like, this is where you're going to get your lunch today, Hal, I'd eat Subway. It's not bad. But like, if you're like, let's go get a fast food sub, Subway would not be on my list, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that's really what for it's consistent and it's cheap. And that's like, you know, that's kind of how I feel about getting food from like a Wawa. Where it's like, if I'm getting gas, I'm like, well, it's late. But they have burgers. And you know, the only other late like fast food place is Taco Bell. And Taco Bell is usually pretty solid, but like, you know, sometimes you're not feeling Taco Bell, sometimes you're feeling... It's also really weird, just like... I don't know what's the best way to say this, but like you guys kind of understand what I say, that like a cafeteria burger has this kind of like texture to it. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what's the meat preparation method that makes them kind of taste this way. It's like definitely not like a fresh thing. But sometimes I do find myself craving that kind of burger. And it does seem like Wawa has that. And I don't know why I crave that sometimes. All these days I'll get you a base, buddy. So you need to figure out what size base he uses. Alright, so I think... oh, there we go. Alright. So, examining the enameled stuff. We got Guy from Sunday. No issue. That like... I catch like a bristle. Did he get it like a bristle on him? Hold on. What is that? Hold on. I think brush that out. Weird. Okay, he had a bristle on him, so that's gone now. So yippee. All right. These two fine gentlemen. Yeah, look identical to the way they did. So there we go. Yeah, I've never heard of a Banes. I have never heard of a Banes. I believe you. That makes sense. All right, we got this guy. So I will say, even though this has been matte coated, I think it still has like a bit of a look to it. All right. Enable times, baby. Let's go. All right, let's get the usual setup. Move all my shit. I accidentally dumped one of my brushes. I don't want to. Enamel brushes. That's cool. Please this one. Okay. I need to get some more. I suppose there's a way to like really clean these, and I cannot find it. I cannot find a good way to really deep clean those. Always seems like they're fucked up. All right, let's see. I want to make sure that these are. I got these sponges. I got a fresh sponge. I got a mostly fresh sponge. I got the sponge. I got the sponge Q-tips. A couple of them. Let's go. Let me move up the medium zoom. I probably don't need to be like super far away from this right now. Right, there we go. Well, damn, is there no other way to like set like a calendar reminder or something for you? There's gotta be some way though. That is the thing. If I ever go to UK, I definitely want to get like, or like just general area. I do want to get me a good meat pie. I do want to get me a good meat pie. That's like one of those foods that are not yeah, I use so many like makeup and makeup adjacent accessories for my mini painting. It's really funny. This sponge is like dirty, but like not enough that I think it would affect the grip of the wash. Okay, let's do a quick shake, and let's just start off with these two guys first. Let's start off with these two guys for some funs. How do those take you back? How do those take you back? I just got like a stream alert from another VTuber that was like, "You smell that?" I'm like, what? I feel like whenever I do like I'm stream alert, I'm like, it's time for thing I'm doing, yippee! And meanwhile, people are just type like I farted, Vine boom, and then I overthink things. I think that's really it. I do overthink things a lot. Not like a crazy detrimental way. Like I'm not like locked up late at night with like option paralysis. Maybe we'll zoom in a little. Just scooch these guys. All right, there we go. See the lad. Oh, I think I need more. I need more on here. Yeah, I see that like X has sent you a message a couple of times. I don't know if I would count that as like clickbait, but it's got very mischievous energy. Oh, sorry, I heard a noise of something falling behind me, and I needed to check. Up. All right, let's get going. But yeah, I'm currently gonna give. Because I'm hoping the big thing is this guy basically had like some like little bits of the pink showing through the yellow, and I feel like once I start applying this, that's gonna go away pretty quick. At least I think so. I could totally be wrong on that. Let's see. This feels so thick. I don't know. It's weird. I feel like I should be getting more spread from the. There we go. I see a manga version of you. Maybe. I did post that comic panel of like it was like she didn't want to talk about Warhammer, she just wanted to fuck. That was drawn by Pupper. I did have that on like one of the other layers. That's real. I think it's on the medium zoom. Yeah, there we go. It's this one. There we go. She doesn't even like Warhammer. She just wanted to fuck me. I don't know what compelled her to draw that, but sure, or them to draw it, I think. All those notifications like that. Yeah, that does seem to be a pretty common one. Maybe I gotta lean into that. I gotta lean. Also, Jay, have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. Robot fish, a data bass. I do like that one. Once again, I don't know why, but I do, so I'll take it. Hey, have a good night, Jay. Have a good night. Yeah, oh, that's how you doing, Lord of Bones? How you doing? Yeah, it's like I could definitely see like maybe like what you said. Didn't you say that like the Bardscraft guy eventually just kind of did like foraging and like more general nature videos and stuff like that? How you doing, Joof? How you doing? You're too thick. I think once it gets to a certain point, it is no longer useful. How you doing, Ruoff? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome. Dogs being eaten. What done that? What game are you playing? But yeah, I have been continue to do Trench Crusade because I do like Trench Crusade. Technically the main model for tonight is the Witchburner General, but I'm going back and applying some enamel wash to some of my Swiss Guard because I would like them. They've been sitting on my desk for a while and they're like disposable chumpos. They do not need to be like, I don't need a crazy fret on them. Like something like this is going to be like more than enough. There we go. Let's see. Oh wait, are those like Rules Quirks things? I do know that there's a weird thing where there's like an Executioner's Axe that has like what's it called? It has, I believe it's got like the explosive rule because they fucked it up. No, it's got blast. It's got blast on it. And like that's like one of those things I assume is getting patched. I'm slowly running out of enamel. Luckily, I have another thing of the dark enamel wash because I go through this one a lot. Oh, yeah. I should see if they changed that spell because that spell always fucking sucked. So conceptually, there's a spell that says that you can choose a piece of gear and make your opponent so hungry they eat it. Which is a conceptually good thing. It's like, aha, you eat your martyrdom pills or whatever. But I think the martyrdom pills get consumed earlier. You eat your flag. You can eat your flag. But like I remember it was like it was really timing restrictive. So I always felt like by the time you would want to use it, you just didn't really have the ability to. It was really, really strange. So I wonder if they made that easier to use. I mostly do Lust Court, but like I dabbled in Gluttony a bit because for a while Gluttony was the court of Yoke Fiend spam because I thought that would be a fun alternative, and it turns out that they nerfed that. Basically, by the time I was putting together my Yoke Fiend spam list, they swapped it out from being a Gluttony thing to a you give them a collar now. Oh, fuck yeah, Kingdom Death Malls are fucking rad. I have so many I need to work on, though. I have so many Kingdom Death Malls I need to work on. Yeah, there we go. Get all dried up, little buddy. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of cool gear in the game that, like, even if you can't hit arms and armor, I think that would be nice. But I just always remember, I was like, I just legitimately at the time could not think of an instance where I would be able to successfully cast this fucker. And it sounds like maybe they might have tweaked that a bit, which would be good. That would certainly be nice if it was like less timing restrictive. I think the idea that it could eat a dog is kind of fun. Because like, you know, how you doing, Moira? Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, isn't Golden the Body's the one that gives you Golem, right? I know you can give that to a Praetor, which is probably overkill. It's probably better on like a Sorcerer or whatever. I guess Golden Body actually on a, what's it called? A Hunter would kind of fuck though. That also does sound very legit. Maybe I need to try that. I could just print out another Hunter and just paint it entirely solid gold. Oh, that'd actually be kind of fun. Hey, how you doing? I've still mostly been rocking Lust Court though, just because I really, really like Exquisite Pain, the one that lets you just like take 2 blood tokens here and move the 2 blood tokens over there. And hell yeah. It was just so fun to do. It was just so fun to do. It was just like really, really great. It looks like we got this guy looking pretty good. Oh, that's true. Oh yeah, I could just make the actual body gold and then just have like the metal, just kind of like just have like the actual flesh around it. I don't know. I might figure out how to do that. So now let me see. Now I want to see a thing. So. Hey, the enamel. Okay, so cool. I was a little worried. For this. It was like, oh yeah, no, this is I was like, oh yeah, no, this is going to strip again. Yeah, we don't super play by meta. I know at least where I'm at, like where a lot of the players are at the stage where it's like they don't know how to deal with court. And that's not why I'm playing court. I just like horrible gribbly demons and whatnot. But like I did have a game earlier in the week where my Praetor just went fucking nuts. I love Praetor with incendiary grenades. It's so fun. I love incendiary grenades. How you doing, Chieftain? How you doing? I am still working on the Witchburner, but I resealed this motherfucker, so it looks like he's actively not melting. His materials are no longer melting, which is good because that was fucking tragic. How you doing, that guy over there? Have they been? I so rarely use like my group still mostly play one-shot games. We haven't really messed with dogs too much. Good to know though. So I could easily see myself missing that. Let's see. Oh yeah, howdy. Oh yeah, the ones with all like the cool teeth mouth and stuff. Yeah, I love those. I still use that for my main Praetor's axe, and it looks really, really good. That's true. I haven't fucked with the Red Brigade much. You know what? Okay, this is good. So there's like a little bit of like, this is not being stripped, I don't think. At least if it is, it's doing it to like a way more subtle degree than last time. Also, just realizing that I use an Army Painter enamel. I use an Army Painter matte varnish, which, Did not think this through, maybe. Oh, no, actually, the other... Okay, I would have had issues with the other guy, too. No, I think this is good. I think it's still mostly just a fanatic line. I think everything else is fine. The fanatic line is still a little funky sometimes. Dark on there. Some stuff caught in here. Depot sells katanas. Oh! I mean, the idea of going to Home Depot to buy a katana sounds infinitely fun. That does sound really, really fun. And... I think I just need to let... There we go. I think I just need to leave a little bit on there. And just use this to dab this up around the sides. Alright, there we go. Lad. Next one. Alright, now to the prepper Witchburner himself. Who is here. There we go. Shake this a little bit. Yeah, I think my local group wants to try doing a full campaign restart. Right now, we're also trying to come to terms with the new scenarios are weird. I did get a bunch of foam balls to start making gas mines. Yeah, the new scenarios are very strange. Like, we did that one, and we also, like, there's the one with the ticks that is very odd. It's like, oh yeah, there's like goop on the ground you gotta siphon up, and you're like, okay. But also, there's bombs, okay? And if you explode the bombs, a thing comes out that'll kill you. Oh, okay. But also, ticks will come out and bite you. Like, oh, okay. That's a lot. It's like a 4-page scenario by itself. I'm like, this is a very involved scenario. Let's have Vtuber. Have yourself a good night and take it easy, yo. Like, I got used to it after a while. It wasn't too bad. I was just like, this is still just like a lot. Like, a lot of the other scenarios are like, go over there, kill this guy. Maybe a thing will explode. Get some victory points if you hold this. Like, okay. That one has like AI routines for like how ticks bite people. Yeah, I need to, they do have like new like terrain, like bundle layout things I need to try, where it's like, oh yeah, are you going to play this on like a ruined trench section? You can like, I don't think they're like, my group is like not really caring too much about like, oh, we have to have exactly like X trench segments, but I just think it'd be fun just to have a couple, like, you know, have a couple more terrain bits. All right. This. Let's blow dry this now. You don't need more to do. No, yeah, no, that's a mood. It's like, I already got so many projects, though I do want to do more terrain. I love getting like terrain stuff on my table. It looks nice. Yeah, that's kind of what we do too. I usually bring like a big old bucket of terrain wherever I go. And it generally seems to work out. Like we've been using like the same terrain that I bring and then whatever is available at the shop. That's always the wild card. We like look under the tables and I'm like, what the fuck is in here? And it's just wonders and mystery. We're finding like old Warhammer Fantasy like buildings and just like G-Dubs craters from like the 80s. No, okay, those are from these. Those are from like the 90s, but like old G-Dubs craters, stuff like that. It's a fun mix. Look at you. Your opponent. Oh yeah, it's kind of weird. We just kind of colloquially, like locally, we just random roll for a scenario. It's just everyone just seems to like doing that, so we just do it. So you know, we currently just do 2d6 and then we just subtract 1, just because the very last scenario is just like end the campaign, murder everyone. I kind of agree too, and like even in the rule book, they're like a lot of scenarios are like you can do this on a trench or you can do this in a ruined city, other than the ones that are like hold the trenches. Like those ones obviously need trenches, but yeah, it's like, you know, those at least announce very like very, very openly, like, yeah, no, this is a Trench board. But like otherwise, you could basically do like any Trench Crusade scenario, like without trenches. I like using my big stupid Mordheim buildings. They're fun. Just give this bad boy like a very light scrubbing. Like a little dot on there, which I'm like, I think that was just like a CO cast issue that I will not be able to fix, and I just need to live with myself. Especially, yeah, there's like a similar issue like right there. But there we go. I'm gonna let this guy dry a bit, but pretty happy with this actually. If nothing else, assuming there's nothing like hideously weird drying around like here-ish, I might dry brush some silver on top of the metal just later, just to kind of make it a bit more chipped. But otherwise, I'm also glad that the scroll still is like pretty legible. I don't mind that it's faded. The faded part of the scroll I'm okay with. All right, so I'm gonna let him dry now. Yippee! All right, yeah, he's been good. This is one of those like I'm doing getting a bunch of minis in a really good state in a row. Here's an interesting question: do I enamel wash you? No, you still got little details I gotta fix up. There's only so much greed I can allow into my heart. The use scroll, yeah. I mean, if everybody's guilty, do you need to make a bespoke scroll for every guilty person you run into? No, you know, that's a waste of time. Just reuse them. Reduce, reuse, remove heretics from this earth. I'll be excited to use the smite ability. I got to use this smite ability on the price of greed on the Knights of Avarice for the first time. I think basically for the first time ever in a game. It's just never really been like in a good position for me to previously, but like I went against an alchemist. I was just like, you're taking an injury die with two extra pluses dies, because why not? Yeah, I'm a little sad I don't have like an equivalent of like a wax seal dealio, but I think I'm okay with that. Take a look. This guy. Well, actually, this is probably a good idea. Well, there's like just to make sure that there isn't like if there's like a little bit that kind of pools around the bottom, that's not the worst. And once he's fully dry on this guy, I want to do a bit of a ruined kind of like. I don't know if I want to go more like a deserty base. I probably should, because he's, you know, like a Mamluk. He's gonna be hanging around Africa like stabbing people. Oh yeah, this one does. Okay, actually this is kind of good. Add a little bit of the brightness back. He's very dark, but I think I like that because I really want him to be warned. I want this guy to look like he's been like in the shit for a while. I think I'm okay with that. Hell yeah. And then how are the anytime I see a unit of like 2 or something, like the internet's ruined me, I go like, how are the Blowjob Brothers doing? And it looks like they're doing pretty good. A little bit of extra brightness on there. I think legitimately the problem that I was having was like there's like still little bits of the old stuff shining through has fixed itself. Like it looks kind of like tattered and fucked up, which I think is good. Yippee. Would playing with someone. Huh. That's like, I mean, good on your owner for letting you know, but it's like if it's that bad that the owner has to be like, hey, don't play with them. Like, is it, if they're a problem, don't let them in the store? Like maybe I'm wrong. Oh, there's a little bit of the back of the gun that's actually just, like, not painted correctly on there. That's okay. Okay, if that's the only issue, I can just do, like, a little bit of brown back there. That won't be a big deal. Yeah, but it's like, the only other thing I can think maybe is that the other player is like not bad or mean, but they maybe they're like, you know, overly competitive in a way that doesn't get them like, you know, like, hey, if you're looking for a more casual thing, don't play with Aggressive Tim. Aggressive Tim is not very casual money. Not very cash money of you. I can actually bring back a little bit more to shine at the stage too. It looks like it's still like not fully cured, which is good. But that is buck wild too. Hold 4 combo. See, I have not been actively dating or looking for anyone in a while. I thought didn't Tinder kind of fall out of favor and people are using like other ones now? Like I said, I could be totally wrong on that. Maybe Tinder is still top dog and it's just people coping. I don't know. I don't know. He's beautiful. Oh, thank you. He's just a happy little guy with his gun. Oh, the Witchburner. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm just assuming the idea that his pimp cane is just like, you know, he's got one. It's just under the other arm. It's out of sight. He's letting you know that you're going to get your shit slapped first before he goes over to slap it. As you know, that's you know, it's a proper thing to do. How's you go? Yeah, I didn't. A little bit of stuff here-ish. Maybe fix with like a. That. Do I want to do like a really risky paint? Do I want to do a really risky paint? Yeah, I can do that. I don't need like a yellow, but maybe like a. There we go. Okay. Like a little bit of a brown there. Hey, there we go. Probably should have waited for that to fully cure first, but that's fine. Wonder if I could just go and do that to the other guy real quick. Yeah, there's like a bit of a lag between YouTube and Twitch, and it's. I try to minimize that, but sometimes it's still dumb. Alas. Getting a little spicy while the enamel's still kind of not settled. Hey, there we go. Once again, these are just chumpos that are there to hold a point and then die horribly. So, you know, I'm okay with that. Especially because once they're done, I can kind of just use them. Once they're done, I can basically just use them and then fully complete my... No! Him! I need to get him done. I forgot about this guy. This is my sniper priest. Maybe I might go for a different sniper priest. I don't know. I was originally feeling this one, and I feel like I'm not as much anymore. I don't know what would be a good alternative, though. I don't know what would be a good alternative. Don't do it. Oh, okay. Okay. I jorked it a little too big. Went a little too hard. I can fix that, though. Yeah, this is Zevka, like the I think it might have been like the Ruined Empire city for this. Oh, for the other guy, yeah, that definitely was that. Oh, fuck. Oh, there's a little bit. Oh, fuck. Okay. So I guess that bottom part didn't get tarnished as much. But that's actually okay because I think I could just wait for that to dry and then hit that up with a very similar just light brown. I don't think he's like totally ruined like some of the other ones that were kind of fucked up. Like if the fact that like I just did not get like that little bit. Actually, I guess this is a little. Apparently during this stage, if you get it like a real thin acrylic and you have a brush, this brush was a nicer Winsor & Newton, but it does not super held its tip very well. There we go. Takes 2 blood marker. All right, he's good. I'm gonna let him dry. And okay, let's see how much. Let's see. Let me reshuffle my legs. Not the important info you want. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So the other ones you have to pay if you want to have like a decent profile. Tinder, you just probably pay for more swipes and stuff. Ah, okay. That's not so bad then. That's not so bad. You wish to be. Because otherwise you're paying like, because it's all, I always thought those like dating things are kind of interesting, like from a business perspective. It's like objectively their idea is they do got big legs. Because these guys are gonna go together. It'd be like these guys, the mom look, and then this. Yeah, maybe I will do a different one. Oh, if you're saying damn son for like this guy too, yeah, this is a big fucker. He's a big fucker. Or you say, or also now I might bring this guy along because since Mercs can apparently be like elites now, and he comes elite. That sounds really, really nice. I gotcha. I mean, we're like roughly kind of around the same age. Yeah, I imagine if you're on Coffee Meets Bagel, I was vaguely under impression years ago that was like the respectable one, like the one you go when you want to like really, really, really settle down. So maybe people in there are like, I don't want much. I'm older. Oji-san. Oji-san kakui. Why did I say Oji-san kakui? Why? Why did I do it that way? All right, what are we doing? What are we doing with you? How do we want to do this? We could do some shit. He couldn't fit through the gate. He's like, no. My ass too fat and my hate too strong. I will go destroy the enemies of the Sultanate. Okay. I feel like a little separate thing. Let me get some brown blub on there and go from there. It's the sad thing is, ironically, I don't think the Mamluk is particularly exciting. He's basically like spending 4 glory on kind of a Janissary. Like, I mean, his ability, he's a Janissary with infiltrate, which is cool. But he's got like a weird form of infiltrate that I vaguely recall it has to come from like a table side. I might want to double check on his rules though. It's like, I've only really used him once, and he didn't perform very well. But I'm also willing to believe because I used a proxy. Oh yeah, this guy's supposed to. He's an engineer guy, so that's like. I don't think he came with a grenade. At least I don't think he's supposed to. I could be wrong. This is mostly the official STL with some mods and stuff. Put on there. He's got those. Like leather bits? You do got leather bits. Also going through so many browns, I don't think I'm even hitting the right brown each time. I could eventually print a bomb and just give it to him, just like as a thing to carry. Might not be a bad idea, actually. There we go. Oh, so the official one just waves? Oh, that's fine. Yeah, like, this is one of those ones that like I did like a very like. There's a local guy that's like, yay, listen, I want the new Antioch stuff. I will give you money to, like, basically we did a very, like, nice trade. He's like, okay. I was just like, okay, give me, like, $5 to $10 for resin. And if I don't have an STL, buy it for me. And this is one of the ones, and he also just wanted the vanilla new Antioch Lieutenant. And I was like, okay. And I printed those out for him and gave him. It was actually fun too because I gave him a bunch of extra bits. I was like, "Here you go. Here's some extra Chua heads I found and whatnot." That's a fun thing. I think he still uses those too, which is neat. Though I have not seen him at the shop in a long ass time. It's kind of tricky too because a lot of people who play at the shop are college people, so like they'll just disappear for a while. We had a guy recently come back who's like, "Yeah, school has finally like calmed down now," and he was pretty much gone for like 6 months. So I don't blame him. It's not, education before wargaming, but it's like, oh damn, okay. Glad you're still alive though. Glad you are still alive. You're done. No, you're not done yet. Can I do anything with this guy as well? I'm gonna do a little bit. Yeah, the 3 different loads. I also probably fucked up. I went for the greatsword because I was like, ooh, that'd be cool. I probably the move though. In hindsight, I probably should respec him to have the Giselle. Yeah, because I think for me it's like you get some good distance, but the better a regular infiltrate will let you like actively show up like near objectives sometimes, which I think is like the real fucking key. I think that's where the real spice is being able to show up next to like some objectives and stuff. Here's my idea of doing the visor on this guy. Just kind of start with a dark green and kind of just like work my way up to a brighter. So this was like originally like I thought I was like, ooh, Winsor and Newton, pretty good, but it's like a university series. So what it actually meant is this is made for shitters. It was just a bad brush that like frayed almost after the first use. But in its new life as a just like generalist, just like I'm fucking around brush, it's been pretty solid. Oh man, I have to play What You See Is What You Get. Luckily, my local group is cool. Hell yeah. I'm also debating what I want to do for the fucking pipes. Like, I could just do my usual and paint the pipes white. I could just paint the pipes white. That's probably not a terrible idea, actually. That's probably that's probably the way to go. I legitimately don't remember what brown I use for some of these guys, so it's like fucking pouch. Yeah, the fucking it's tube time. Oh, he's got another pocket over here too. Belt, which I'll need to go back and hit later. So I also got some stuff for the boot I need to fix. Also, the black has been like streaking all down my palette, which is really annoying, but that's fine. Let's see. Looks like the lads are drying. I want to do more with the other lads, but I think they're pretty much in that like I cannot touch them. Like, you know, I've already fucked around a little bit. I don't want to agitate the enamel anymore, so I'm just gonna leave it. A little bit on there. This guy also, I'm curious if I'm going to use for context. What he does is that whenever, I believe it's like whenever he kills something in melee, he gets a glory point as a kind of like field inspector guy, which is cool conceptually. It's one of those abilities that you read it on paper and you're like, whoa. And I legitimately have no idea if that will ever trigger. I have no idea if it's possible for that shit to ever trigger. Let me do it. So I did like half depotion. I'm gonna do like half that and half this like temple gate teal. That might work. That might be spicy. That might be a spicy mix. So how you doing, Shadow? Welcome. Check it out. The lad, not done by any means, but like enameled and pretty much waiting to fully dry. I'll probably like build up some of the highlights on his cloak and probably do some tarnishing on the metal. Pretty happy about him though. Pretty happy considering this is like all 1 day worth of painting. He also loves this. I like a good wife guy in fiction. I do also kind of like that, like the overlap between like Golden Age supervillain and Baki character is a circle. Like, yeah, if I read a Baki chapter where like instead of like if he's like, I've gained mastery of my bones and my muscles, so when I contract my muscles, I actually like become physically smaller so I can dodge your punch. I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. Not that I'd be like, that's the thing you could do, but more like, that's Baki logic. I'm not surprised Baki is doing this. You know? So I mixed these two colors, and it looks like they mix pretty well. This is good. Another question is how do I apply it? Yeah, I also do have a soft spot for all those, like, I'm a villain, but my powers are just incredibly, like, petty in there. Like, I'm doing villainous things for, like, incredibly low stakes. That's why, like, I don't know, like, the new Arkham 3D, like, the Batman minis stuff that you can 3D print now is pretty cool. I haven't really, because, like, right now I think they've mostly just been doing typical Batman stuff, but, like, once they start doing, like, Calendar Man and whatnot, if that ever becomes a thing, I'll be way more eager to jump into that shit. Right now, maybe they did already and I just missed it. But I feel like I looked at the couple of things that they have available. I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's fine. It's Batman mini out of 10, which I mean it is the Batman minis game at the end of the day. So yeah, should expect that to some degree. I don't know what's up with the arms. It looks like the arms are like have like a weird like deficiency of paint. I don't know what I did weird with those, but sure. Oh yeah, him and Wonder Woman just getting like, oh, it's like, oh no, Oh no, I'm tied up in a compromising position. What will you do? It is I, doll man. Oh no, my ankles are behind my head. What will you do? Oh, the villainy. How you doing, Noodles? How you doing? I'm working on this lad. And we're talking about Doll Man, who can shrink via martial arts and is like maybe a pervert? I don't know. You ate oh. Dude, is this how I found out that the Peak has cannibalism in it? I've been aware of Peak, and it's like one of those like, oh, this is like flavor of the month, like friend game. And you know, they're fun. But like I don't really play those a huge amount, but I do like cannibalism in my games. Oh, it's newly added cannibal. Okay. Okay. Oh, does it do that Looney Tunes thing where the hungrier you get, the more your friends begin to look like rotisserie chickens? That'd be great. All out mini that. I don't. I'm trying to piece together the context for that. Try to piece what you're referring to, Minnie. Now, for some reason, I am blanking. I think I just got hit by the words, and this like the actual just like meaning has just fallen out entirely. Peak just needs a soccer ball, so you can play soccer. Duh. I mean, come on. That should be obvious. I think it's just one of those games. It's like, you know, you could play the game legit, but a lot of times Peak is just gonna be fucking around with your friends. So like, fuck it, why not just put a soccer ball in there to kick around while like a friend of yours is like, I'm dying, help! I'm falling. You're like, well, we're up here on the like mountain already. So maybe try harder, question mark? Maybe perform better. Oh, you also have there's already basketball too. Yeah, then that case you definitely gotta get one. They already have one, it only makes sense to have the other. Though we all know from Barkley that the B-ball is the far more powerful ball. Oh, those guys! Yeah. That Studio Soul or whatever. That's just like, hey, here's Alice from Turnip. Don't look at the other models. And that was because I was like, yeah, just heads up, guys. You know, they have like a good free Turnip model, but also like the rest is porn. And you guys are like, how? These guys got porn on them. Like, yeah, no shit. I warned you. Everybody collectively had to like confirm, like, hell's full of shit. They don't have porn. Oh, no, they do. Really funny. That was a really funny day, just because like it was just consistent. It was just consistently people stepping on that rake. I do miss Sparkly too. Maybe I guess there is the steampunk mode, which could be fun, but I don't know if it'd be worth playing Barkley again this soon. Like maybe I'll if assuming my save doesn't get deleted between like maybe like a year from now, maybe I'll give that a go. Like that might be like a fun like nice little return thing. Who has porn minis? Yeah, you don't expect full butthole out. You really don't know. Because like because like, you know, there's like a decent amount of people making like cheesecake minis, but usually it's like I also love just seeing cheesecake minis because it's like regular mini, like a saucy lady mini, and up if you go over here, she has no boobs out. Like it's just very, very consistent like that. Like you can usually tell if a person does play constructed than the rest. Wonder if this is gonna be your monthly pinup model. I wonder if this is gonna be your monthly pinup model. Wow. You printed porn. What's happening? What's happening here in my chat? What? All you smut peddlers when I'm trying to paint a good, honest. I guess this guy's Christian, yeah. Good, honest Christian man with his pouches filled with demon guts and whatnot, because that's what he does for a job. Disgusting. That's fair. I do need a in a similar sort of scenario. I gotta get together my Kingdom Death stuff one of these days, so I can like I do also need to practice skin unironically for reals. For reals. A little dry brush. It's just like a little bit. fuck do I want to handle the tubes? So one thing I'm noticing with the tubes though, let's see, where's my... Oh yeah, I got that metal toothpick for it. Take my metal toothpick. Let's see, like a little... Oh no, there's the, okay, the little nubbin in there is fucking locked. The nubbin is locked and I will be unable to retrieve it. That is tragic. Alright, so he's looking really, he's turned out really nice though. I will say he's turning out really, really nice. I could also just start painting the tubes white. I could start painting the tubes white with the Neville. I think I'd rather have him on a base first before do anything too buck wild though. I also probably do want to splatter him with blood, but I need to wait for it. I want to cover that in blood. I do want to do that like flick blood effect. Here, dear. So what with this guy? Let's face your. See, that's what I'm telling you. That is why Gotcha is the devil's game, because like you could be working on your cool hobbies that will make you feel creatively fulfilled, or you play haunts. Oh yeah. I was talking about that earlier. It is effectively LSD Dream Simulator, but more schizophrenic. It's been recommended to me a few times, so I want to give it a go because it seems like a kind of game I'd enjoy. House of Unity Cup. Unity Cup my balls. I don't care. Just work on your art. You'll be more satisfied because then the next cup will come, and then you're gonna be like, "How? I can't work on the thing I want to work on because I'm working on the double secret full giga cancer whatever." Oh, this is a bomb. Yeah, he's just a typical like ecclesiarchal prisoner. Oh yeah, it is a game. Yeah, my bad. It is a game. I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be fun to try out. It seems like a game I would enjoy. I'm gonna give that a go next week. Not this week. Not like this Thursday. My bad. This Thursday. So LSD Dream Simulator. It's that kind of. It's a pretty famous PS1 game where you just sort of wander around a dreamscape, kind of like taking in the sights. It's neat. I've not played it myself, but like I'll probably get it ready to go because like I don't know how long I don't know how long that game's gonna be. It could be done really quick. So. Nah, the thing is like so this is from like a set of like people like weird like pain cultists, but I was like it'd be really really funny instead of being like real sad. He's like no, he's fucking jazzed to have that bomb. He's so excited to like bomb crawl his way to the enemy. But I'm also painting I'm playing Methodius as my primary Trench Pilgrim faction. So the really sad irony is that his bomb doesn't have any explosives in it. This is all placebo, baby. That's what I was talking about, where it's like, I'll never use him. I will definitely never use him. But if I roll him ever on a campaign thing, like, I gotta, because he'll be a free model. He can run objectives. Even without a bomb, it's possible for him to have some use. It's just incredibly niche and stupid. Oh yeah, he does go Voldo energy. You're not wrong. I was thinking about that the entire time I was putting them together. Like a little bit of pants I could fix. Yeah, because it's funny because Methodius is like, okay, they're like the real stodgy pilgrims. The nuns can't be tits out. They have to wear standard armor. That's not a joke. Your nuns have to wear standard armor, Methodius. You can't bring communicants because they're unclean and they're considered like abominations. And you can't give these guys bombs or break anyone upon the wheel on your anchorites because that's wrong to do. And you're like, how? They sound like they're no fun. And I actually think it's really fun that they're no fun. There's something about the religious, like, no fun allowed, like, mechanics is really amusing to me. But you get an autocannon for your Shrine Anchorite. You get an autocannon that fires 3 shots at, like, 40 inches on the battlefield. And every shot gets an additional die for injury rolls. I've seen Black Grail models that can get pulped by that. And yes, that's the other benefit, is you can get 2 of them. I think they have to have different armaments, but like honestly, having a melee anchorite and having a range one, honestly, 10th might be better because like, you know, more bodies and cheaper and whatever, but I don't care. I don't care. I already play Hell factions. I'm up to my neck in melee armies. I couldn't give a shit. I want the boom. I want the big boom. Gooch. Even on a model like this, Gooch is still present. That makes me big happy. Do a little bit of metal dry brush and some stuff. Yeah, the Iron Wall Defenders is kind of fun too. I don't think I'll ever play them because legitimately the thing that I enjoy the most about the my Sultanate is the alchemist stuff. So will I ever play vanilla Sultanate? Maybe. I'm sure eventually I would like to build like, because like I'm at the point that right now I think my main trench goal is to have at least like 1 of every unit so I can run variant stuff. And then once I get past that, then I can start doing the like, yes, this is where I will have like multiple of the leader units. That way I could do like fun specialty bullshit. A dry brush. Where did it go? It's lost into the void. God damn it. Oh yeah, the 3 Times Assassin list does look like a lot of fun. I do have 2 assassins I was working on that I put them away because like I was not getting super like it was getting buried even compared to like my other. Oh, there it is. I found it. It's on the other side of my water dish. I've never missed Ubazi. I'm gonna be honest. Well, that was always something like I was thinking about too, Kyo, funnily enough. Like, I would like Trench Crusade to succeed, and I very much will. But I also know, like, that kind of, like, deep in my heart, it's like, I'm aware that a war game can die for any reason whenever, no matter what. So it's like, what would I do with a lot of my minis? If like Trench Crusade just like everyone's like, Trench Crusade is not only dead, it's banned. You can't play Trench Crusade anymore. And I was like, you know, you could do it Agents of the Imperium, where you do like Janissary Space Marines, and then you just have like Inquisitors for like Alchemists and Ubazi and stuff like that. I was like, that could be cool. It's you know, it's not the game's fault or anything. I'm like, it's doing very well. It's just like, you know, this is not my first rodeo. War Machine was doing very, very well for years, and then they fucked up. The tricky thing is every war game will fuck up. Every miniatures game will fuck up. The main difference is that D&D and Warhammer have a bigger cultural cachet and a bigger war chest when things fuck up. If G-Dubs has a bad year, you're just probably like, you know, less releases or something is like maybe a game might get axed. If like when Privateer Press had a bad year, they got bought out, and that was the lucky scenario, you know? I did see that there's a Black Friday sale. I am going to be honest. I'm going to hold off on that until I can get my 3D printer back. There's probably some stuff. I do bookmark a lot of minis over the course of a year just in case, where it's like maybe I'll want something later. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. So like I'm feeling good, and I also play with a group that if Trench Crusade died tomorrow, we would still play because it's fun and it doesn't really matter. But like, you know, I like having contingencies. I also like to eventually collapse every army of mine. Oh yeah, no, there was a period, like, if I remember right, like 6, it was a particularly bad edition, and like 7th wasn't that much better, but it wasn't as bad as 6th. Like, I think 6 had a really short turnaround. Because that was like, there was also, I think, roughly there was also that period of time where I remember, like, when War Machine was at its high, was very much when 40k was at its low. Like, we had a lot of people who were like 40k players actively just going to other, like, but it was basically like other potential players were like, hey, you want to get into war games? Don't do 40k, it's a mess. And that was like, now you have people be like, but I like the lore. But then at the time it was small enough, like even then, where you could be like, oh, I just want to play a war game. If you're telling me this is bad, I'll play a game that you say is good. I trust you implicitly, guy at the shop. And I don't even mean that as like in a negative way, you know? Like a lot of what 40K has now is a strong cultural, like, you know, it's one of the few sci-fi franchises that didn't die. So it's got a lot of weight behind that. At the time, it really didn't, like, you know, people read the books and stuff, but it wasn't as, like, necessary. See, honestly, I've only played 3rd edition. I vaguely am aware that, like, it was, like, balance issues and stratagems and, like, point increases. There's, like, from what I understand, like, a bunch of just, like, it's kind of like G-Dub special of, like, everything's bad at the same time and, like, ways it's not that unique to, like, that edition. I could be wrong, though. It could be, maybe it's worse in some other ways as well. Is basically ready for enamel, but I don't think I have enough time to do it tonight. But yeah, it's true. Yeah, never like the fact. Also, to be fair, the fact that Age of Sigmar survived was kind of amazing because they botched that fucking launch. Like TG when Age of Sigmar launched, where it was like straight up like, measure who has the biggest mustache, and if you win, you will get a +1 to wound rolls. And it's like one of those things is like, I can enjoy me some fun and fluffy rules, but then people were like, there's like no points or anything. This is, and it's really funny because like what I enjoy is that there is a Goonhammer interview with some of the people behind that, and it's like they did explain their rationale behind it, and some of it kind of made sense. Like the idea of Stormcast is like, I mean, on one end people like, yeah, it's Space Marines, but it's also like, and they even mentioned something that I thought myself too, where it's like, hey, what's the starter faction for like Warhammer Fantasy? Empire, right? Imagine you're Jimmy, new player, you've never painted before, and like your models to paint are Empire stuff. You're gonna be like, what the fuck am I doing? There's so many goddamn ruffles. You'll go insane. And like people got over that, but like a lot of people just kind of like filtered out, and then also giant armies and whatnot. But yeah, the no points is really fucking weird. Oh, speaking of Empire stuff, though, you guys want to see something fun? Now it's a bit more dry. It's not done yet. Pop it off its base. Yay, there we go. Actually, let me go medium a bit. A long time ago, back when I was going to play Age of Sigmar, the what's it called? The Cities of Sigmar, I got the Steam Tank on the cheap. And it was just sitting around for a while, and I was like, you know what? This might be fun for my Lost and Damned and stuff. So we got the little guy. I don't know if I'm going to magnetize him or not. Probably not. I'll probably just glue him in there later. But these are from one of the trench sniper dudes. I still want to do some, like, you could tell the glue was real thick, but I did that on purpose. I kind of want to fill that with, like, mud and stuff, just to kind of make it look more slapdash. I basically need this to look shittier. I need this to look shittier, but, like, in a way that was, like, purposely just kind of kludged together. Oh, God, I don't remember. I don't remember what... That's always a tricky thing, looking up, like, I don't... What's it called? Sometimes it's really hard to figure out what the history of G-Dub's models are. Like, hey, like, tell me when a, like, I don't know, like, oh God, like, or just even what specific stuff is like, hey, boss, how you doing? I think it's been a bit. How you holding up? I'm working on Trench Crusade models, but I'm just showing off this guy. There we go. Yeah, tonight's main model was this motherfucker, who is not done, but really close. Basically, I need to dry I'm waiting for the enamel to fully sit. I don't want to sniper nest, maybe, but I don't really want to buy much more. I think I'm okay with the amount of parts that's in it as is. Yeah, got that enamel in there. I might do that. I might do that because I have seen that give like the nice crunch. Yeah, it seems like you would not be the first person who I've ran into where schools actively like fucking their shit up. But yeah, work on this guy. This guy, though he was mostly done last Sunday, though I did a little bit of touch up on him. He was doing good. Okay, how's your scroll doing? Okay, I was able to fix that scroll issue a little bit. It's a little I might just put a little bit of dust on the scroll. That might be fun too. There we go. We got the lads. And we got these two lads too, who are rank and file, ready to shoot. Yeehaw, let's go. Yippee. Oh, thank you. We're like deep in my music playlist at this stage. He's dried on his base. He's basically waiting for an enamel. Might hit up little extra bits. I think maybe considering his status, any more details might be Gilding the Lily. Probably gonna use the vanilla trench cleric because that was one that was gifted to me. I was very lucky that I got a early test print of the Pit Locust and the Trench Cleric from the Trench Crusade crew. It was really nice of them. I think it was Tuomas before he moved off of. I think he's still on Twitter every now and then, but mostly not. I was like, he was showing off some preview models, and I was like, I want these. It's like I was like, I can't wait for these to happen. They're like, you want some? And he sent me them, and the Pit Locust I dropped when I was priming it, and I broke off one of the wings. It fell into my yard, never to be seen again. But I did glue some tentacles on there, and it looks nice, and I still use it to this day. Yeah, so like, it's funny because they're way more brittle resin than I'm used to. But they're like, they're like nice little keepsakes. I like them. Tuomas is a very nice guy. I've only got to talk to him for a little bit. I don't got like a crazy super connection with anyone. It's just that, like, I paint minis a lot, so sometimes I bump into people who are like part of the greater mini community. And yeah, every time I talk to him, he was very, very nice guy. Very, very nice guy. I've always had a good old time. Oh god, yeah, the fucking screaming. Even the scream build now is still pretty good from what I understand. So this is my this is a Stigmatic Nun that is this is basically going to be my elite Stigmatic Nun, the one that's been promoted. So she's got this like, I think she's meant to be more of a nurse, but I just kind of went and nunned her up a bit. Also I gave her this because you can only give anti-tank hammers to elites, but she's an elite now. So yippee. She got going on. She's got like some cloth set up to her waist. I just do not understand. Oh yeah, I saw that, like, the new Prussian kit's cool. I just don't have any, like, what's it called? I just don't think I'm gonna play Prussians anytime soon. So I'm just gonna probably wait to see if they do another plastic kit and go from there. I think actually though, this might be good. This is probably a good wrap up time. Let me pause this and let me go to the chatting screen. Hit some buttons. Perfect. All right, let's go to the chatting screen. Wow. All right, thanks for coming, everybody. I had a lot of fun. Schedule wrong chatting screen. Hold on. There we go. I was getting cozy for a little bit. Real chatting screen. There will be no movie night this week. Heads up, no movie night. I might be collabing on someone's stream. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'll keep you posted. If so, you might be seeing me paint some models. And sorry, paint some models. My brain shut down. You might be seeing me play some Magic. And then on Thursday we'll be playing Roy? Roy? I don't know how you pronounce that. Like I said, LSD Dream Simulator, but more schizophrenic. Yippee. And then Saturday, more Alice, speaking about schizophrenic games. And on Sunday, I will be painting something. I don't know what I'm painting yet. I'll be painting something on Sunday. Maybe finishing up some more Trench Crusade stuff. But yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. YouTube people, I'ma cut you loose. So bye, YouTube people. Bye-bye. And I think